Hi guys.
Hi. We're still setting up on my
Happy Friday. We have all week to get prepared, and then come like the last hour on a Friday night, we're like running around like crazy for no reason. Actually, for all the reasons. All right, let me get my chat up. Look at all the folk in the room. Hey guys.
I can't see. I have my glasses on. Hold on.
Where you don't have the screen. I didn't know how to put this up. How do you do this?
Okay.
Oh, it's the other way.
It's the other way.
Okay.
All my complicated things. Who has the slim holder, whatever, for their iPad? I like it. It's very slim.
Guys, are we pixely? It's like thundering. I'm looking at it myself right now, and I look pixely. Are we pixely? The games begin already. Are we pixely? We pixelated. We're a little pixelated.
Are we?
Yeah.
Because it's humid and it's like.
I don't think I have the Wi-Fi on. Should I stick the Wi-Fi on?
I don't know.
She says not on hers. Oh, people are saying it's clear. Okay, put yours on. Less about your hair. More about the screen.
Well, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for our hair, girl. What do people say? They're not their hair.
They're not their hair.
I am truly my hair because I wouldn't even be on MADCURLS if I didn't have if I didn't big chop my hair. And
oh no, yours is clear. Maybe it's just my busted iPad.
Okay.
My iPad's like the first edition. Let me close all these screens. First of all, too many screens open. Probably can't handle it. Doesn't know what's going on. Okay. What's everybody doing? Where's everybody from? How's everybody's week? That was a lot of different questions.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just my iPad.
Okay.
It's my iPad. It's not y'all. It's me.
Clear. Not too bad. It's clear. It's clear. Hey. Okay. All right. So good. Oh, good. I'm good. I'm not way down there. I'm way up there. Very good.
Okay. Oh, now I'm clear. Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
Sybil Jeremy says she's got her wisdom teeth out.
Oh
Ouch.
my goodness.
Are
I
you
got
resting?
all 4
Kicking
of
back?
mine when I was 24. And my oldest son, Spencer, who's in the military, he's getting ready to get his pulled at the end of the month. Is it painful? I don't really remember being... They gave me Tylenol. I was nursing at the time. So
I know I have to get mine out. All I know
anything more than that
is I want to be knocked out.
They'll knock you out all right.
And don't wake me up until all the pain is gone.
They'll wake you up. They'll knock you out and they'll wake you back up, bro.
Nikki O said she's driving home. Her husband is replying for her.
Hi, husband.
That's dedication. That's loyalty.
Okay.
This is gonna get on my nerves. I'm gonna have to watch it.
So who went? Wait, yours is all. What do you mean?
See, like we're pixel, we're not on yours. We're clear.
Okay.
I don't know. I hate
so
broken stuff
who,
though.
Maybe because I shine my screen.
I don't think it has anything to do with the screen shine.
Okay. Because I did all my stuff. I left my Windex over there. I can't.
Oh,
stand it.
Talia said she was awake for it. Oh no, I've heard that before. People being awake for their teeth being pulled. I can't even imagine that.
Wow, awake? How many did you get pulled? I had to get 4. How many did you get pulled to be awake?
Giovanni said when she was in the military, she had to get her wisdom teeth pulled in boot camp.
Yeah, like they take care of everything in the military. They make sure they check you out from the rooter to the tutor, as they say, and to make sure that there's no games, they make sure you are in tip-top shape. So, which I think is great. You serve in the country, why shouldn't they pay for all the things to fix you up?
All the things.
Oh
no.
Yes.
Felicia Aldridge just said she just dyed her hair and it didn't come out right. What color did you dye it? We've all been there. Probably not we all, but
I was just
I've
saying
been
that
there.
tonight.
You've
I
been
wanted
there.
to dye my hair, and I don't remember
I've been there.
where I saw that. Maybe it was on YouTube, a video. It was a cute, very, very, very light brown to reddish color. And I don't know if I should venture back into red, because red is the hardest thing to get out. So I don't know.
And for you, it goes dark.
It does, but this was light. This wasn't like burgundy, nothing fancy. You know, like tints or hues. Like it would just be light brown, which I think I could pull off because I have like a warmish complexion. I think it would be cute.
Hi, 106 Andy.
Hi, C. Pierre.
Sorry she's late.
Won't be staying long because I just moved into my college dorm. Oh, nice. I had to get up at 4 a.m. this morning.
Wow. What are you, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior?
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
That's cool. That's dedication to come on here being in college.
Yeah. Atia says that the instant coffee. Yeah, I went on a rant about the disgusting Folgers instant coffee. Yes, it is. It is more Folgers instant coffee.
Why don't you like Folgers?
Because it tastes gross.
I
like
love Folgers.
I tried to like commercials like Folgers in your cup, whatever. But no, it's not a good situation. And I bought it because it was cheap because it was like instant coffee, but like You need the ones that's like brewed.
Oh, sophomore, almost junior. Okay.
Nice.
Hi, kid sister. Good evening. Zoe Charles. Hi, everyone. All right, let me see. Well, just as I start seeing names, I'm not going all the way to the top.
Oh.
I'm being good.
She's being
I'm
she's
turning
different
over a
this
new
week.
leaf.
Guys, this is day 6 hair for her, and she hasn't like dunked her head, like
Nope.
completely soaking wet your hair.
Nope. Right? Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I always like 100% wet it and start from scratch.
Nope.
This is just spritzing it every day. Can y'all
And
believe
sitting
it?
and finger coiling for like 2 hours.
Yes.
Well, not really.
Yeah.
but
Today
you
looked
sit
like
and
Shirley
finger-
Temple. It was a little bit much, so I really tried to unravel it because it just looked very Shirley Temple before I came on. And I said I'm not having this, so I started trying to unravel it, but now it just got kind of like frizzy. But yeah, day 6.
Looks good.
Day 6 was just spritzing every day.
Yeah. And then I was showing her how, like, 'cause she was like, some of her curls were too, like, coiled. I'm like, now you can just separate them out a little bit. And you have, like, such, like,
Yeah.
a strong curl pattern, so.
I
You know.
used, we are going to film it tomorrow because we haven't filmed it yet, but this is Sotanicals Not Sauce and Camille Rose Naturals Curl Maker.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you sleep on it?
I pineapple it, I pull it one at the top and then one at like the nape of my neck and silk pillowcase.
Yeah. We actually are going to film our wash and goes that we've done this week. It's been nice because of the way we filmed the favorites videos. You all keep saying, you know, basically you're in the same outfits, in the same outfits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Friday before live, we filmed all of those videos back to back to back to back to back. That's probably why live got deleted because I wasn't in my right mind after all that filming. And we filmed them back to back to back to back, and that's why we've been like putting them out all week. But this week we basically washed our hair on Saturday, and we've left our hair all week, which has been nice because all we ever do is wet our hair, and so we've given our hair a break. But during this week, we both found wash and goes that have lasted us this whole week. So we're gonna film the wash and goes
We've just been cooking back all
and then show you how we refresh our hair, how we sleep, but then we're gonna show you guys all that stuff with this wash and go because it's good.
I
Tatiana,
was very pleased with this one.
yeah. Tatiana Hayward said, "What's your hair routine?" We really don't have a routine at all. We don't have a wash day. We don't have a deep condition day. Like we really don't have a routine because
No, we're always filming.
things can switch up for us. Yeah. We've been natural for like 10 years, so we used to have routines and all that kind of stuff. But now that we're like YouTubers, like we really don't
we really
have
can't.
a
We
routine.
never know if it's going to test. Like this week, this was just something we just had some extra energy last week before live and filmed all of that.
Yeah.
When we did, that was 8 videos. How many videos did we do that?
Okay, let me see. We have cleansers, deep conditioner. Wait, cleansers, deep conditioners, leave-ins, styling creams, gels, oils, edge controls, refreshers. Our favorite tools. 9.
Yeah, who gave us the idea of the favorite
9
tools?
tools. Chef Curly Bake.
Chef Curly
So we
Bake.
actually filmed. We put the backdrop up, put the black shirts back on, and we filmed our favorite
You
tools
did it. I put
yesterday.
my black shirt back on. You put something different on.
It was
didn't
still
you?
black.
It was still black.
It was
yeah.
black.
Makeup was
Yeah.
a little different.
The makeup was a little
The
different.
Fire and Ice look was, I think, gone, right?
Yeah, I did like purple because I wanted to use my new Anastasia palette. But we did include our favorite tools in that, which we thought would be useful as well. You know,
Yeah. That was fun. We were just digging out all this.
we
I
had
call it
all this stuff,
junk.
and I'm like,
hot girl. It's probably gonna be hot night in Paris.
hot name.
That other movie I watched one time. But it's gonna be a hot night. Hot. Okay, let's see. Who did I see? Alexa Travers. Travers. Yeah, she said hi. I've not been here in a while. You sure haven't, Alexa. Hi, Alexa.
I know. Yeah, I meant to say hi. Hey, girl.
Yeah. Where have you been?
Is anyone else's video freezing? Yeah, ours is. We're looking at it. I don't know if I should put the Wi-Fi on.
What did you spray in your hair? Every day I would spray the Kink. Is it Kinkalicious? What is it?
Napalicious Kink Drink.
That.
Sultanicals.
All that. Sultanicals. Some days. Then I started just getting extra. So then I grabbed Talia Waheed, the apple and aloes, leave-in spray, the watery
Off. I just turn the Wi-Fi on.
Okay. I don't know. Told you today was acting out. That Daddy?
Should I get off the Wi-Fi then?
Hey, hon. Is it the weather you think, or
The Wi-Fi's busted. We
Going
keep
in and
we
out.
keep shutting out. We keep shutting down.
what is it?
The weather? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything that was liquidy.
Oh, we have a new person. Deborah Bonner said she just found our videos this week.
Oh. Welcome,
Thanks for
as
finding
we
us.
say. take a look around, enjoy your stay as long as you want. And what do we say? We say ask questions and comments because we do talk back.
Yes, we try to.
Mm-hmm.
These comments have been picking up. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
You did all the comments last night on like the gel video. I was asleep.
Yeah, you were, girl.
I was asleep.
We're still keeping up.
We are.
And I hate coming on Fridays and there's like leftovers. I know today that there were leftovers. Some we didn't.
Yeah.
get
And then,
to.
but like, why people are commenting on the new video, they're commenting on the other favorites videos, so you have to keep like checking back to the other
I know
videos.
it's a
and
balancing act.
just...
Like the more content we put out, the more we have to answer, and it's just. But we're keeping up.
Oh, Leah Thomason said I got highlights in my hair recently. They look just like TaylorAnne's. Hey.
Oh, so you got the full slab.
The full slab.
Now the trick to highlights is toning. Did you get them toned to that ashy, nice blonde, and they're not going to turn coppery and orange?
Some people like coppery.
Yes, some people do.
There have been a lot of videos coming out this week with people dyeing their hair copper. Anybody else see that in the natural community? Everyone's dyeing their hair copper.
I said I wanted mine light brown reddish, so that's probably going to turn copper because I have warm undertones. I'm probably going to regret it because it's going to turn like a copper penny. And I'm going to wish I would have stopped while I was ahead of the game.
You're going to be my little copper penny, though. And you have short hair, you're going to look just like a little copper penny. And October's coming. We should be money for Halloween. You be a penny, and I'll be like a money bag.
Money bags. Yeah.
Can you imagine like we get like a sack?
That's cute.
And like it'll be around my neck, going this way like a bag top, and like you
That
tie
would
the
be
bag
so
here, and then my
cute.
body's
Yeah, it
like
would
the
be
money
the
bags.
pillowcase, and then we like gather it at the waist, so
Yeah.
and then have like the little
M
like,
or the dollar sign.
So cute.
Money bags.
Like the Apple, what they use for money, like the money bags. That's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, it's very cute. Here, here's your highlight.
Monique, is it Monique? What? No.
Here's your highlight.
Thank you. No, I didn't get the Dunkin's coffee yet. I need to though. I need to pick it up. Need to hit the grocery store.
Okay, so Tay, what do you have in your hair? They said, hey ladies, what products do
Okay,
you have?
so your hair looks better than mine. My hair is really short, but it's like almost like one of those
that's
moments.
day 6 too, though. That's
Yeah.
because you styled it yesterday.
Yeah, I styled it yesterday. I did like 2 little ball things, but it was almost like one of those moments for live where I'm like, I'm just happy to have hair in my head right now, so whatever. But mine was, or is, day 6. I used the Sotanicals Moisture Melon Guru and the Curls Blueberry Bliss Control Jelly. That's what's been in my hair for a week, 6 days.
You use Sotanicals?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, well.
Yeah, someone suggested using the Sotanicals Moisture Melon Guru with the
Right.
Uncle Funkies.
Okay.
But I felt like the Uncle Funkies just gets my hair so defined and so
Right.
just like perfect. And I'm like, I wanted it to be a little bit
Why
flowier.
did I not know that's what you had in your hair?
I don't know, I've been saying it all week.
I know, you know what I kept thinking? I kept thinking that I was taking it back to hibiscus and bounce.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
Okay.
I know we had a little like debacle in our favorites video because you were
Yeah.
saying what you had in your hair. I'm like, Mom, it's not what you have in your hair right today.
I know, I was stuck
But-
on Kid Sister's choice. That was the best choice.
His
I had
sister
to
got another shout out in the video.
She sure did. She keeps getting shout out. She getting shout out tonight. It was the best choice. It was pattern push up and kinky curly not today. Best. But I had to, of course, wash out eventually because I had to move on to newer things. And so I found this one. But that was the best. That was a really good wash and go.
No, ever since the mix it up thing,
We're having fun.
the wash and goes are just so much better.
Mhm.
They're really, I mean, not that we didn't get good wash and goes before when we would do like full lines, but no, like the wash and goes have been phenomenal since we've been mixing and matching products. Yeah.
How long does it take to do my hair? In the morning, if I've kept it overnight, I just have to refresh. I'll just take the little pineapples down. It literally is just a shaking moment. Then, as I always tell everybody, I spritz it with whatever, either leave-in or refresher spray, and just let it sit anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Do not touch it. If you spray and start messing with it and playing and pulling it out and doing all of this, you're creating frizz. You have to wait 3 to 5 minutes, and then you can do whatever you want. And then I start doing that and picking out. It literally takes like about 2 or 3 minutes. It really does, if I preserved it the night before. Now, if I didn't preserve it and I have to do the whole wash and go thing with the bath and the shampoo, conditioner, all of that, that takes the length of a video, right? However long like the video takes is basically, you see us detail for detail, piece for piece, section
Applying
by
the
section.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could take anywhere probably, because we do kind of speed the video up sometimes.
Not really.
We kind of, somebody said we need to learn how to edit, and we're like, no.
I know but some people, we had like 6 people thumbs up what you said back. Someone said that our videos are too long. Basically, we need to speed it up, and that was my energy in the beginning. I was like, Mom, let's go.
With sped up videos, but this is not the channel. We love to talk.
We love
So
chit
this
chat.
is a chatty channel. So if you're into talking, stay put. But if you're not, click out, as I always say, because we love to talk.
Hey,
But
Trico! Hi, Trico!
probably about 15 to 20 minutes if I'm concentrated,
Yeah.
focused, and not distracted. Just seriously, just section it down the middle, put this all together, and then section this down the middle, and then do one part here, maybe one part here. Smooth in the product. If it's a one and done, it goes quicker. If it's a leave-in and the product, the styling product, it can go faster if I do it at the same time, like do the leave-in and then grab the styling product on that section, then do the next one. So it doesn't take that long. But this whole sit-stay thing, every day, a breeze. Because I've been working out with you.
Yeah.
You to the club, and I love
Mama's
it.
joined the gym with me, and it's been fun.
Yeah, I sure
You've
did.
been giving me some tips because you were like all up in the gym back in the day, and so
I figured it was time. It was time, and literally, I'm so glad I got there. Oh my gosh, I put on. Let's see, I put on 15 pounds. I didn't know that. So I took off today, got back on the scale. I know you're not supposed to weigh yourself every day. That's terrible, but I did, and I lost 1 pound this week. So that's really good.
But we did go to the grocery store today, and like typically we'll buy like M&Ms and Oreos, and cookies, and like all these stuff. And when we were walking right past those aisles,
My
the
M&Ms.
chips, we didn't get any chips. Like
nope,
no, we did good.
we did really good.
We did good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so pretty soon I'll be
but
eating
it's
chicken,
fun 'cause we
chicken
do it
on
together.
lettuce. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I'm eating chicken on lettuce leaves.
Yeah. That treadmill took off on me today. I did
Oh yeah.
weight loss. Okay, I'm doing good, and so they gave me 1 minute to warm up, and I'm just walking at a snail's pace. I'm like, okay, this is a breeze. Even though I haven't been to the club in years, I'm doing good. And then all of a sudden, it went. Okay, and then it like raised up. Oh my gosh, the elevation was bad enough, but I was still trying to hang on for dear life. And then all of a sudden, it took off. Oh my gosh, it went from 1 to all of a sudden it went to like 7.0. Are you kidding? They wanted me to run. Are you kidding? I was just like, oh my god, how am I gonna stop this? I started slamming on stop, slamming on emergency stop. I was not having that mess. No way.
Because like I was running next to you, and all of a sudden, like I see you because they have like different types of treadmills, and there's one you were like on an incline. I was like, okay, day 3, and we're already like holding on like this on like this massive incline. And
No.
no, but when you press weight loss, like it will like fluctuate.
Yeah,
That's
and
how,
I don't
that's
mind the
point.
fluctuation, but you don't go from 1 to all of a sudden, and next thing you know, it was like at 9, and I was like, what in the world? 9? That incline? Are you? Like I couldn't.
That's why I have to watch her in the gym. Because one time, like a couple, like years ago, we tried to go to the gym together. You did the Stairmaster or something, and like for some reason you couldn't keep up with it. And like we were doing the Stairmaster like next to each other. Next thing I know, I look over and she's hanging on like legs straight out, and basically like help me, like she couldn't
I'm
like.
from the Stairmaster days
Like,
where
what are you
people
doing?
came from like Jack LaLanne when he was just like apart together, and lower. Okay, those kind of like calisthenic kind of things. And then they have these clubs and then all these machines. So I'm from the very first Stairmaster crew that you just kind of went and it stayed put. The machine was a big sturdy machine, and then you just went up and down. Right there. These now you climb and you climb.
It's,
and you
it's
climb
actual
and you
stairs,
climb.
and you just
And
like.
so I didn't know that if you press like faster or you push the V to go up, that it start really like speeding up. It's like almost like you could almost like swallow yourself in that machine, and I couldn't stop it, and I was scared to death, and I was hanging on for dear life. In the
your legs were
and the
just like
stairs,
straight. You were just like
and
straight on the
were
machine.
still rolling, and I was
Yeah.
hanging on, and
It was
I
like
didn't know
banging
where
up
to
against
do.
your
If
knees
I
and
let
legs.
go, I would have been wrapped up like tape in those stairs. And
And of course, I had to save you. I like jumped off my machine. I had to like press the emergency stop. And so
Yeah.
now that we're trying this again, years later, back in the gym, I have to keep my eye on her.
I know you're always
because-
like, I'm gonna go over here. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be just fine.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, so we're talking about money.
Someone wants a video of products under $10.
Oh, interesting. Like we grab things, and we kind of like. There's probably things that we do have on our channel that are
We can do that.
around that price range. Like
What's-
somebody said, can you do anything that's affordable?
Yeah. What's affordable to you guys?
Yeah.
What's considered
I
affordable?
think
Because
it's
for
very
me,
subjective.
I would say anywhere from like $1 to like $10 ish, right? Is like affordable. Then like from like 12 to like 15 is like
It's funny some of the comments that we got. Some people really appreciated the vast variety that we gave. They said from affordable drugstore to high end, and then somebody said like basically it was canceled because everything was not affordable. The cheapest thing was Austin for $4.99. Like
Yeah.
what's considered
Somebody
affordable?
asked, they said that they weren't buying anything because the products weren't affordable. They weren't 25 to 30 ounces, and they had like coconut and shea in it. Does anybody know? I asked her, I'm like, well, I want to know, like, what's a good deep conditioner that's 30 ounces, that's affordable, that doesn't have coconut or shea in it? Like, first of all, I don't even know any deep conditioners that are 30 ounces because the huge mix chicks leave-in, that's like 32 ounces. So what's a deep conditioner that comes that big? Mix chicks does that, but that's not affordable. Like, what's a 30-ounce deep conditioner that's affordable?
Dr. Simple Beauty said she straightened her hair today and trimmed it.
Oh.
And then she spelled straightened right.
Someone said under 15 is affordable.
Under 15, I guess, could be
One
affordable.
to 12.
Like,
but what if you buy 2 products?
Yeah, what if you go into Target and something is $14.99? Even though when the leave-ins came in by Camille Rose, the cute little, the honey and the leave-in and the latte and all that, they were each $13.99 each. And I thought, I wanted all 3 of them, so was that now affordable or was it not? I mean, that took it up into almost $40. They were each $13.99.
When you buy 2.
Yeah. So then the round off to 14. I always round everything off to 15. So now it's like basically $45. Okay. And so I just said, wow. I didn't know.
Yeah. No. So yeah, the Curly Fit Chic said there isn't one. Yeah. Because I asked her, I was like, girl, if you know one, let me know. What's affordable in 30 ounces? Let me know. But I don't know. 30 ounces.
I thought that they were pretty. Well, at least we threw Aussie in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like everything was like Weedad and everything.
And even like the TXTR, their moisture deep conditioner is $9.99. So
yeah.
yeah. So if we did like an affordable products video, if we did that, or something like products under 10, or like what's affordable? Products under $15. Is that affordable?
I mean,
products
last
under
year
12?
we did the Miss Jessie's, the one and done. What is that? That mixed. What was that? That one. That Miss Jessie's one that we did. Multicultural curls.
That's $22.
Oh, that is okay.
Alma Rosario said what works is more important than the cost. That's your energy.
That's my energy. Yeah. Because, you know, you end up spending more money trying to save money because you keep trying things and trying. And finally, you just end up getting what works. And so now you spend all this
and you
extra
waste more money playing around.
Yeah. Like I thought, like today, like we went to the pharmacy and they didn't have a prescription, and I had to wait. And then we went to another one and they didn't have the prescription. I had to wait, and I'm like, you know what? By the time we ride all around town, we could just get it at this place. It might be a little bit more now, but by the time we finish putting gas in the car, driving all over Connecticut, it's not worth it. So you gotta really kind of think. My mother used to say, penny wise, pound foolish. Okay, whatever that means. But penny wise, maybe you're trying to be wise with your pennies, but you're being like, I guess pounds, maybe English pounds. I don't know, foolish. I don't know.
You're losing more money with the pounds. Because pennies is pennies, but pounds is like money. Like
pounds trying to be so penny wise, trying to be so like penny pinching, and then you end up spending a whole lot more. So you end up being foolish over it.
Leah Thomason said the cost wouldn't be so bad if the products didn't get used so quick. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
True.
Like Sultanicals, some of the products we love, but like the small jars for the price, like no. And maybe sometimes it's us because there's 2 of us using the product, and you know, so that's what makes some of the products go faster.
And it's kind of like purposeful these days. With somebody said it would be nice if they said a lot of the products that we talked about, you didn't seem to know about mine, and I didn't seem to know about yours. And you know, okay, that was well received, but last year I think we did everything identical, and we feel like you can get more bang for your buck now because our hair is similar enough. We think, but
I can't do what you did all week. I can't sit and wrap my hair around my fingers and expect it to look good on day 6. Like, I think your hair, your curl pattern is so much more defined than mine, and that's because you big chop, so your hair is healthier. Like, I think the hair on your head is newer than my hair.
Okay.
My hair really hasn't been cut. Since I went natural.
Because before I big chopped, my hair was so long and stringy, and that was from probably the bleaching. And yeah, just after a while, the wear and tear,
your hair is healthier than mine.
Yeah, it's definitely, it goes back, it boings back, it is. And before that, it was very, oh my gosh, the day we voted, remember that picture? It wasn't even, there was absolutely no curl pattern. It was the worst. The worst.
I saw, where did it go? Sybil Jeremy, if you're still here, she asked, any tips for people who are transitioning? Does anybody have any tips? I know when I was transitioning, I wash and goed my hair. You know, did I treated my hair as if it was the healthiest hair in the world, even though I had like dead hair on my head. You know, I had my new growth, and then I had like the stringier growth. But I did wash and goes. I scrunched products in, and I rocked my hair the way it was. You know, of course I did things like, you know, like buns or like ponytails. I did different styles, but there were days where I just put product in my hair, and I treated it like it was healthy hair.
Yeah,
until it grew out.
I didn't. There was always this one piece of hair, like this, but this is curled now. But at the time, it was bone straight, and I just thought it was just the make of my hair. I didn't realize that this was probably damaged hair from relaxers, and so my hair would be curly, and then I always had this one string hanging here, and I just would kind of like tuck it in the curls and hide it. I didn't realize that it was a transitioning piece.
I remember that
Maybe
curl.
I could do something with it, but it was just always that one bone straight piece that would hang there, and we didn't know because we didn't watch YouTube. We didn't know about the natural community at the time.
Yeah.
10 years ago, it just was not as vibrant as it is now.
Yeah.
So
Alma Rosario says as much as it hurts, cutting the damage and start from scratch. I don't think you can say that to people because I transitioned without a haircut. There's somebody on Instagram I saw today. Her name is like Curly Gal, Gallal. She posted a picture today. She said she went natural without a big chop. Like I went natural without a big chop. Like you don't have to chop your hair off if you don't want to chop your hair. If you want to rock your new growth with your stringy ends, then you know, go ahead.
I think it's a mindset. I think it's risk takers. I feel like I'm a risk taker, and I just dive into life. And so I think that I feel like, you know, like you always say, YOLO. So I think that I don't have the patience and the time to transition. So I just am the type that would just cut. I could not take the damage that was happening a few years ago, and so I just went for it. I couldn't deal with that, and so that's just like my mentality. But not everybody wants to do that. You know, I'm older and I'm in a different time of my life, so
yeah. I saw
I don't think
My Healthy Hair Journey posted a picture of this girl, like her face was down and her curls and her roots were as tight as yours.
Okay.
But then you saw like all the strings just like falling on her face, and people were like attacking this girl in the comments like mad, like cut that off, cut it off, you need to cut it off, like look at your beautiful curls and the roots, chop. Like if she cut her hair, like her hair would have been really short.
Wow.
But she did, like clearly she didn't want to cut it off, so like let people rock their new growth and their stringy pieces if they want to do that. I did it,
that
and I thought I was
like
cute.
extra
So.
dramatic to show the difference between the new growth and the
But that's
old
what it
growth.
looks like.
It absolutely does, but I'm sure it was wet. I'm sure it was pulled even straighter because of the wetness, but I'm sure she could scrunch it up the way like we did. There had to be a time where there was, like someone just said, the line of demarcation, so you can braid it, twist it, and get it to do something.
Yeah.
You know.
But as a transitioner, it's just what you do in the meantime, in between time. It's, 'cause
Yeah.
it's all about waiting for that hair to grow out. So you are rocking two different textures, so you kind of have to find different styles and different things. I don't suggest protective styling like what are those, like Sangli's twists and braids and stuff, like, you know, month to month to month to month. I don't think that's good to have your hair constantly in like what are those things, like box braids and that kind of thing. Like you gotta let your hair breathe.
Yeah, some people will big chop and then you don't
Put
even
on-
realize
yeah.
that they big chop. Like I think, who was it, Arnell was Alyssa Ashley's twin. She
Big chop, and
I
then
didn't realize how,
she wore wigs all the time.
she always wore wigs, and I didn't realize how beautiful. And her length was about my length at the time when I big chopped, and every now and then she would like kind of show her natural hair in the journey, but I never knew because she always wore a wig. So some people big chop and just prefer to put wigs on after that, but I didn't. It's almost my mentality of like, I don't like anonymous kind of things. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it, and I sign my name to it. I hate when they say sign this, and you don't have to sign your name. It can be anonymous. I don't like to be anonymous. If I have something to say, I want people to know I said it. So if I'm going to big chop, I'm not going to put on a wig, but that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel.
But Felicia Aldrich just said ponytails, twist outs, flat twist, little braids, you know, that kind of thing. You kind of just have to find styles while your hair is growing out, but definitely have a good wash routine, deep condition your hair. But
I had no plan. I literally, when I big chopped this time, I wasn't expecting it because I was coming from here that was about shoulder length, and I wasn't prepared for. I think the first time we just stopped relaxing and we just kind of gradually transitioned, not realizing we were transitioning, and then pretty soon, you know, we just had healthy curls. This time the damage had to be cut away, so I big chopped in a major way, and then I wasn't prepared for the length.
This time now, like the natural hair movement was really taken off when you had to chop it this time. The first time we were transitioning and big chopping and there was no movement. There was no YouTube videos. We weren't comparing our hair to anybody, watching anybody. We were just like going through the motions.
I never was afraid to cut my hair in life. I always would cut my hair super short, but I always had to relax it. I could always just kind of like slick it down and slick it back, and you know. But this time, now my natural texture was out, and I had no clue what to do. I wasn't used to my own texture, and it just was so super short, and then it was dry because I didn't have products, and it just, I was not comfortable with it. So then I started getting that Eco gel, and just literally just, it was like a helmet.
Slicking it back like Draco Malfoy.
I literally just slicked it back. No bows, no ribbons, no barrettes, no combs, no nothing. Just literally just took Eco gel and slicked it back.
You did look poppin' though. It was sleek.
I don't know about all
and then like
that,
you would like swoop in here.
Yeah, I tried to do a little something, but I didn't know what else to do.
But your hair was curly, so it always like curled in the back.
Yeah,
it always curled up.
Yeah, it was just.
But see, Michelle Pastrol, she said that she transitioned without a big chop and rock wash and goes because that's all she knew. I thought I was cute too. Yep, that's it. That's all I did was rock wash and goes, not bothered.
Ari asked who cut my hair when I big chopped. The woman that put the highlights in her hair in our video, she always cut my hair when it was relaxed, and so I didn't know what to do. It wasn't necessarily called a big chop. I just went in and I said, Christine, my hair is damaged. I can't take it. Just cut it off. Just cut it all off. So everybody kind of like gathered around. They're like, oh my God, you're so brave. You're so brave. But it wasn't. It was just like a sickening, sunken feeling. And she just started cutting. So it was no particular style, kind of, sort of. But so it wasn't like I went to a black salon and they knew what a big chop was. I just went to Christine. She's it's a white salon, and I just told her to cut all the damage off, and that's all she knew to do, and that's what she did.
And people are saying Harry Potter references. Yep. Yeah. Major Harry Potter fan over here.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm either quoting Harry Potter or I Love Lucy throughout the day.
Yes, you definitely are.
Or Beauty and the Beast. One of those three. Can you do affordable versus expensive? See which side makes the curls plump, define, and last. The products would have to be comparable for us to do that.
To do, what is that?
A affordable versus expensive side.
Okay. Do you subscribe to CurlBox? Is that a question for us?
Yeah.
Just letting you
know.
know.
No. We don't do subscription services. Those kinds of things. We can barely.
Because what's the benefit of CurlBox? Like we get things before everybody else?
No, you can get more products for less. So for example, like to buy, like say like the Jane Carter Curls to Go line, if you had to buy all those products individually, like it would be mad expensive. But for CurlBox, they might give you the whole line for $25.
Okay.
Something like that. So you get to try things for like a flat rate, kind of.
So Odessa M said, were you relaxed?
Yes, we were.
The first time, yes. The second time, I big chopped back in November 2016. I wasn't. I was fully natural and had been for about, what, 7-8 years at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for me, it took about 4 years to really grow all my relaxer out. Because I started in 2010. And I would say by like 2014, I really didn't have like any strings on my ends anymore, because in 2013 you could still see like the looser pieces on my ends. So by like 2014, definitely 2015, all my relaxer was grown out.
Shelly, I would say that too. She said I transitioned for 8 months, then I did 2 mini chops. That was 5 years ago. I think the first time when I stopped that relaxer thing, I think I stopped the relaxer, and I guess that was the point where I was transitioning, and it probably, I would say it took every bit of 8 months. That's a spot on. Accurate, absolutely, 8 months. And I did do little mini chops, 2 little mini chops.
Is your hair falling out count as a big chop? Because like when we first went natural, that's how we went natural. I had just got a relaxer, and then I dyed my hair jet black box dye, and my hair completely fell out. Like my hair was super long, like basically down to my waist, because it had a relaxer in it, and it was like just all stringy hair. And then it completely fell out till about like here. It was like gone. Just all came out in the shower one day.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I relaxed it box dyed it, and then I was going to somebody's sweet 16, so I straightened it, and that was a wrap. After that, all my hair fell out.
Yeah. What's HP?
Harry Potter.
Oh, you would know.
What's your guys' type? I would say I'm between about 3A and 3C. 3C in the roots, 3B about here, and 3A on my ends.
I would say I'm a consistent 3B all the way around. Would you say?
Your hair's very consistent. Yeah.
I think it's pretty consistent.
Because it's healthy.
Sometimes I feel like, I think sometimes people, I would say, I thought of like 3C, and somebody said, oh, nobody's 3C. I think maybe just on different weather days, I would feel like maybe it's just a little bit harder to manage. 3B.
Yeah, your curl pattern's so popping though.
Definitely 3B.
I wonder if mine would be like that if I chopped mine off, girl.
Probably so, or probably would be finer because this is old growth that down here, the longer, the stringier parts. So it probably is your true curl nature.
Here.
Yeah.
But you see how hair grows, like, look at how my highlights are already like
I
here.
know, and they were
Full
fully,
on.
Yeah, and that was back when you
March?
did that. Yeah. Oh,
So-
later than that. Was it later than that?
I think it was March.
Wow.
I think it was March.
I think the summer really, we had some great growth this summer. Yep. Yep, I had my Rihanna look, Rebellion, said I big chop, but I was relaxed. I had my Rihanna
We're getting ready to
look.
call her Rebel Yoon.
You know, like my friend convinced me to stop getting relaxed, so I stopped. I knew nothing about transitioning. Too much knowledge can make you mad. That's so true, as the Bible says.
Gray Scholar, yeah, we have 2 videos of Curlsmith on our channel. We've reviewed the whole line of Curlsmith. We like their original products,
Yep.
like the souffle and the oil and cream, better than the brand new ones, the balm and the refresher spray or whatever that is.
I like the original
We do have 2
products.
videos though.
And that wash and go we did, and then you put in that flaxseed gel, and then just kind of just does something
Yeah, the
to your
souffle.
hair. Yeah, but I think that I liked it before they even did the souffle. I think that just, what was that original product that we used with that Curlsmith?
It
We
was,
like that,
it
and
was
then-
the oil and cream and then the souffle.
Okay,
Yeah.
the oil and cream, right? Okay, and then once it's dry, they say then kind of like to scrunch it out, then you put in that souffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then with the new one that they just came out with, it was okay, but I think the original was a really decent wash and go.
Somebody asked today that I answered the comment. They said, how did Curlsmith compare to, the Curlsmith souffle compared to the CURLMIX flaxseed gel? And I said they are not comparable whatsoever. They're totally not comparable.
Rebellion said meaning crazy. No, I know mad means crazy. I know that. I said that's a Bible scripture. I love that one. Too much knowledge makes you mad. It's so true. You just kind of, sometimes you just know too much. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper into knowledge and more and more and more. Just crazy in the mind.
Yeah.
Too much. You know too much.
What time is it there? It's 8:41 where we are. We've had so many questions on Dippity Doo. We have never tried Dippity Doo like their curling products.
It was, I said to someone in the comments, it was a novelty. You know how you always want something that you can't have? So one time we were in TJ Maxx, and you know those things are touch and go. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And so we went there, and it was so cute. It was all pink, and some was striped, and it just reminded me of my childhood. And my mother used to have the Dippity Doo on her vanity, and I would always play with it, dip my hand in it. So when I saw that, I'm like, well, look at Dippity Doo, you know, edging on over to the natural community. And I thought that was the only place you could get it. Well, we didn't have money on us that day, so I said, well, we'll just think about coming back here. And then the next time we went back, Dippity Doo wasn't there anymore. So that was that. And I think every now and then somebody would mention, did we hear of Dippity Doo? And we had. But now they sell that naturally curly, and I'm like, oh, I like the fantasy world. Now that I know I can get it whenever I want to. But who uses Dippity Doo, and is it good?
Sheeta206 said, are you going to grow out your highlights? Me, absolutely. I'm about done with bleach at this point in time. I think I'm just going to grow them out again. Yeah. For now. No more bleach.
Curly fun because that would be cheaper. Michelle Guzman said,
Mostly, we don't have any Maui videos on our channel before you go hunting. We don't have Maui videos, Maui moisture.
yeah, we don't, right?
No, I always try to get you to get do one, and you're just like, I don't want to do that. So,
Yeah, because You weren't impressed with the Maui Moisture. I think that went the
No,
ban.
no, I didn't. I
Oh.
used to use their the coconut, the smoothie with bounce curl, and then now I really love the vanilla bean. I love the mist spray. I don't know about that butter though, because something made my face break out last week,
Okay.
and I used that butter for the first time. My whole side of my face was swollen, so I don't know if it was that butter. I don't know, but
Okay, so Michelle Guzman said, I'm thinking of straightening my hair and cutting my hair in layers at a regular salon instead of a curly cut at a curly salon because that would be cheaper. You all think that's a good idea?
wait,
well-
she's a curly girl and she wants to have her hair straightened and then cut.
Yeah, but well, before you speak on it, because like we said, too much knowledge makes us mad. I'm not saying that a curly cut is bad. A curly cut is phenomenal, but I'm saying for 10 years we've been natural, and for 9 of those 10 years, that's what I did because we didn't know any better, and so I was always going to Christine, and because I said it was a white salon and they didn't know what to do when my hair got wet like this, I would always go. Well, I would go and straighten it out. I don't have straightens. How did I straighten my hair? I don't remember. Maybe curling iron or something. Just to straighten it to make it easier for her. Maybe wrap it that night so it would be bone straight. Get out that curly pattern, and then go in and she would cut my hair bone straight, and then I would wet it again, and it would go back to its normal curly self in the style that however it was cut. I never had a problem with that.
I think that if you wear your hair curly constantly, like if you rarely straighten your hair is always curly, you should have them cut it the way you always wear it so you know where the curls are going to fall. Because if you straighten your hair is obviously going to be longer when they're cutting it, and like you can't really get a gauge of how short your hair is about to be while they're just chopping your hair
If
up.
they're conservative, I tend to know that white salons tend to be conservative with the scissors, and sometimes black salons tend to be scissor happy. And so I know that the salon that I went to, she was very conservative. I told her, eeny, peetsy, just a little bit, because I knew that my hair would have a tendency to curl. It did curl. It was curly head, full of hair. So I said, Christine, even though it's bone straight, I said just ever so slight, and just that little bit would be enough to bring it back when it got wet again.
We're probably gonna have to disagree on this one.
Yeah.
I think that if you wear your hair curly, you need to get it cut dry and curly so you can see where it's at. To straighten your, like, I don't see you going to Joe and getting your hair straightened and cut.
You know what? That was the trick also. It was dry. Even though it was straight, it was dry.
Yeah.
I never would wet my hair because I didn't think that she would be able to handle the texture. So I would go in with my hair bone straight and it was dry, and she would cut it dry. No, she never cut it wet. It never curled up, and then she would cut it, and then when I would be surprised once it was like re-wet again. No, I always went and got it cut dry. But I guess it's personal. But I'm not saying that. I mean, if it's cheaper, I'm sure it is cheaper because now everybody's jumping in on the curly wave, and things are really outrageously priced for curly cuts, I think.
Faith Hodge says, where do you get those water sprayers? We get them from Sally's Beauty, but then we also have them in our Amazon store, which the link is in the description box on this video, on all our videos. But we have them in our Amazon store, and last night I actually redesigned our Amazon store. I like put them in categories, so when you click on it, you'll be able to find the little place that says spray bottle, so you don't have to go scrolling through everything. But we do have them on our Amazon store, as well as you can find them in Sally's Beauty. Yeah, but all I know is that now that we know better, we can do better. If you are someone that just basically wears your hair curly all the time, I would get it dry cut, curly, the way you always wear it.
But if it's to cost you to not get it because it's so expensive, and then you just keep getting your hair and the ends are just getting frazzled and they're getting split because you feel like you can afford a curly cut, well, a trim in any salon I think is better.
It could cost you in the long run anyway, because they I don't know, it could mess up your hair if they get too scissor happy, or if they don't know how to deal with natural hair. Maybe I don't know.
What if they don't go at all because they feel like they can't afford a curly cut, and so they just keep letting their hair just grow and grow and grow, and it's just getting more and more frazzled and split ends.
So then they would just go to anybody with their hair bone straight and get it cut?
Well, she would just go to probably
could set them back anyway.
She would just go to what she's accustomed, probably.
Who's the person? We need her input. Where'd she go?
Who is she?
Who is she? Who was asking about curly cuts, haircuts?
I was. See, so everyone's saying they can't afford curly haircuts.
I don't know.
Here's Michelle Guzman, right? I'm here.
Michelle Guzman.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
I don't know. I know I wouldn't straighten my hair and go get it cut. I wouldn't do that because my hair is never straight.
So before we knew about
I wasn't getting hair. You were cutting my hair. We have a video on the channel of how you trim my ends. You were the stylist. You were cutting my hair.
So if you could trust your mother to cut your hair, why couldn't they go to a salon and cut their hair?
I just don't know about this whole straightening your hair thing. Like, why do you have to straighten your hair? I mean, I guess people say like just so everything is even. But one that's heat damage. You're straightening your hair.
Yeah.
Two, your hair's never straight, so you could think they're cutting a little bit, but your hair could go from here to here. Like, you don't know what that, like, I don't know. I don't personally recommend
it. Be prepared if you straighten it that when you wet it again, it is definitely going to have shrinkage. So they have to be very conservative when it's straight, because it's going to be entirely night and day when you wet it again.
Y'all ever seen that video? Who was it? Jujubee's video? She kept saying, she kept repeating in the video, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. You said, shh, shh, shh. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, I feel like when you even say a little bit, just a conservative, like you have a whole host of hair on the floor. But just the whole idea
of scissors.
Yeah, just the whole idea of the straightening thing. If you're like a natural and like you always wear your hair curly, I don't know why you would straighten your hair to get it cut. I just don't.
Because sometimes salons can't deal with the texture, and so you try to make it as easy for them as possible. Because I didn't want any mistakes, so that's why I would straighten my hair until it would go very, very easy and just ever so slight. I said not even an inch. Because I knew just so slightly it would curl it back up and it would be healthy. I just wanted kind of like the dead ends to kind of come off. So that's why
maybe it's a risk either way. If you go get your hair curly cut, you got to pay the coin. Sometimes some things are worth the coin. Like if you don't splurge on products, you're not paying $40 for a curl cream. Like maybe you got to splurge somewhere, like a haircut or something. Because I mean, it's hard enough growing hair out and keeping hair healthy and all that kind of stuff. And like one mistake with some scissors could like really set you back. Or even straightening your hair with you know, some heat to get it cut. Like, I don't know.
Motiqua H said, I got my first diva cut in 2016 and had a bad experience. I heard of so many people that had bad experiences with diva cut. I would think that they would be the epitome of professional. What goes wrong when people go to diva salons and is it communication? Are you guys not explaining what you want, or what happens at Diva? Is a Diva shop?
Well, it's Diva. Doesn't WeDad do haircuts too?
Yeah.
I haven't really heard much about people getting WeDad haircuts though.
Yeah, I haven't either. The other day, I think I saw something on one of the social media things somebody sitting in a chair. But Diva, I always hear of people having bad experiences. Why is that? I would think that is just top notch.
Chef Curly Bake said she's going straight to Angel Salon to see Joe.
Right?
Joe's good. Joe's really good.
He's very conservative. Curl by curl.
I want Joe to get a hold of my head.
Yeah, no, Joe's very good. I was so pleased when I got it done last December the first time, and then I went back a couple of months ago. Yeah.
I mean, but everyone does what they want. That's just what I think. What you think. If you want to straighten your hair and go get it cut at JCPenney's, you do you, boo boo.
Who's that keeps saying hi? Tice, Kabayashi. Hi! We see you.
Robin Willis says, I use curl formers and then cut my ends. Yeah, because the curl formers never get the ends completely. My ends are never really like curled the way the rest of the curl formers curl my hair.
Cool. He did, Chef Curly Bakes. He did such a good job.
Cheryl Single said, Diva will cut your hair and cut it so uneven. I don't think it's the name of... Is this the haircut? It's got to be the stylist. It's got to be the stylist. Like, it's totally the stylist.
Yeah. And that they work, but I would think that they wouldn't put anybody in a chair or give them like a chair, as they call it, or a booth or some scissors, unless they were Diva Cut certified. Like don't they have to sample on a head, like a Barbie head? I call her Barbie head. Shouldn't they show like the manager before they get hired what they can do?
Well, every head is different. Every curl pattern is different. Like,
I would be more
if
than
I were to
mad
get a Diva cut. There's this girl I follow on Instagram, Be What You Want. Her name is like Brittany. She gets a Diva cut, and she like always tags her stylist. Like, her stylist does a phenomenal job on her hair. So if I were to ever get a Diva cut, I go straight to her, because I've been following her for years on Instagram, and like she's the person that does her haircut, and every time she gets her haircut looks good every time. So Like, you gotta see people's work, follow it for a while, look, find the stylist. Don't follow the Rezo cut, the Diva cut, the Mona cut. Like, find who's cutting the hair, the stylist, and see what they've done. It's totally the stylist.
Diva cut was $80. That's it?
Who said that?
106 Andy. Is that how much a Diva cut is?
No.
I thought a Diva cut would be like $200 or something. Where do you get a Diva cut for $80?
I thought a Diva cut would be like $120.
Stylist. They have to be certified, right, Lillian? I would think they'd have to be certified, so why the mess up?
Monique said she got a Diva cut and they chopped off like 5-6 inches off, and it was completely uneven and a hot mess. How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does that happen? Because I swear when I'm like sitting in a chair, I'm like watching everything. Like, how does someone chop off like 5 or 6 inches of your hair?
Like, if you think you're gonna call and ask for a trim at a curly stylist, like you're gonna save money, I think the whole idea of a curly stylist is a trim. That's what they do. They're very conservative. They do it like curl by curl. So when I went to Joe a few months ago, it was just kind of like a trim. It was barely any hair on the floor. So you can't cut a little enough. Like, you're gonna save money just doing like a trim. Curly hair, you do kind of get a trim, just kind of like a shape up.
You can call it whatever you want to call it. They're still gonna charge you.
Yeah, curly hair prices.
That price.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know, things sound good when you first go in. Like, when I went and got my hair cut, you know, I was shown pictures, like, this is kind of what I want to do on you. It was a bang, it was this and that. Like, it was cute. And then once I got it done, it took me like a good, like, 2 months to adjust to it. Even though I liked it, and I was actually looking back on pictures, and I'm like, I kind of wish I could do it again because I felt like it kind of grew out fast. But then once it grew out, I was like, you know, okay, I had the bang experience, that's enough of that. And even when it grew out, some people were saying to me, like, oh, I like your hair like longer, like the long look, not so much like a style where there's like a bang or
it was
whatever.
Just so pat. It was just so.
It was just stuck.
Yeah.
It was just a bang, and like that's all I could have. But
and certain face shapes or certain maybe head shapes, whatever. I mean, you know, live your best life, do what you want to do. But some things just don't transfer over well. So. Maybe a bang might look good on you, but maybe a bang would make me look short and squat. Like, you know, I mean, you
like
kind of
Lord
have
Farquaad.
to. Yeah, like you can't. Everybody can't wear everything, and so
like you can rock the short hair. At this point right now, if I were to chop all my hair off, I was saying to you, like, I don't know if my face shape, if I could rock a really short haircut.
I think you have to want it. Like, I want my hair short, so I rock it. I have the confidence to wear it. If you don't like it and you feel like. When I first got it cut, I didn't like it at all, so I don't think I really rocked it the way it could have been because I just couldn't wait for it to grow up. I was so worried about it growing out, I couldn't enjoy it at its short state. And then once I started enjoying it short, then it was a whole different atmosphere, a whole different attitude.
Yeah.
You just wear it differently. Yeah. So I think it's the mindset sometimes.
I mean, even when I got my hair cut in November, it was about here. It was pretty short.
It was short.
It was pretty short.
Very, like, it was short, full.
It was full.
Very kind of like even, but it quickly
grew
stretches.
Out.
Quickly stretches and gets uneven. You have to keep that up sometimes.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I'd want to cut it back into that shape again.
Yeah.
But now these are like the bangs that just kind of like hang out, and all I can really do is kind of do the middle part now because like these short pieces don't want to sit. They sit up too high when I flip my hair to one side. But
they do?
Yeah, like when I try to like flip it.
Oh, because they're not long enough to go all the way down.
Yeah, they just kind of hang out. But maybe one day I'll wake up and I'll say, oh, it's all like long. But
oh wow, okay,
for now, cool. You know, I'm doing the middle part thing.
Wow, so Heavenly Me said, I saw a video where the stylist was supposedly Diva certified and she straightened the girl's hair and cut it evenly. She was so mad, rightfully. Yeah, I would think Diva would know how to cut curly hair. Hey, have you had the middle part?
No. No, yeah, guys, remember that I couldn't get the middle part out of my head? No. Even though after my hair's been like this for about a week now, it might be stuck. I might have to start flipping it back to the other side because I don't want to start like any like issues or like does your hair thin or bald, or if you like put it in a certain part for too long?
No. I mean, I wore my hair like that down the middle for a gazillion years, like my whole entire life. when I was in grade school, 2 braids, 2 braids, 2 braids, every school picture.
Okay.
A uniform and 2 braids, a uniform and 2 braids.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was in the Aussie video, I think. Yeah, I got my 2 braids, my 2 like cornrows or whatever, and I kept them in for like a week, and then once I took them out, my part was just like secured there. I'm like, I can't get the part out. But I think you guys said I had to like brush it out and brush it this way and brush it that way, and I finally got it out.
I do think there was something to say. I mean, yes, my entire childhood I did the 2 braids, and there definitely was almost like a permanency, and that's the part now that I'm 50 where you can see where it thins, because probably every day parting it down the middle like that, that's the first part that would thin, so that thins more, say, than other parts of my hair. So you see that? Yeah, that's the part that always was.
And that's why you pineapple this way now.
Yes.
And pineapple.
Who told
in the
me
back.
that? I think it was.
Like
Somebody said that.
mohawk.
Yeah, somebody said that's interesting the way you pineapple, because they said I would think that you would encourage that part, and I did.
You pineapple
Every
to the
morning I would
side.
take it out of here, and I would take it out of here, and then I would do this, and there would be that split down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So someone said I would think you would pineapple on top, and ever since then, who said that? It was.
There's so many people, so many good ideas all the time.
Good ideas all the time. But I said it, I think, in the last video that somebody gave that pointer, and I said yes. And ever since that time, I've been pineappling it on top and at the nape of my neck, and then fluffing it up in the morning. And there's no part like that.
Yeah.
That made sense. Okay.
I was getting ready to say something and I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Monique was said, you're almost at 10K. So excited for you guys. Yeah, I know. I know. We're excited. We have some exciting things coming too. For 10K. We're like so excited, like we're hitting 100K, but I'm excited for 10K. That's a lot of folk. So, that's a lot of folk for our channel, for little us, mother-daughter duo, up here with some hair products. Like, so I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know, I never saw the, well, we did see the vision, girl.
We saw the vision.
Yeah, we did. We didn't know if everybody else would see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now some companies are starting to see the vision, but we ain't seeing them no more. Because they didn't want to see the vision. There's a vision. We had it, and we saw it.
Yeah, I just thought, 2 different age groups, 2 different,
it makes
hair
sense.
length. Yeah. I thought it just made the most sense in the world.
Especially the age groups. I'm like to the companies, like when I used to like pitch, and they were basically like, girl, bye. Like, you're not just selling to young people.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's an older demographic of women, like, that wear their hair natural. Like, you could hit both markets. Like, what are you doing?
And proud to do it, because
like,
a lot of the older women in my demographic came from straightening combs and relaxers, and we just didn't know what to do with our natural hair. And now that we have our natural, we're so proud to sport our natural hair, and we need tips, and we want to be in the natural hair community too. So why can't we dive in? I don't think it's exclusive to youth. And so I'm glad that we had a channel like proving that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I love sometimes when I ask on here, I'm like, what's everybody's age? And like, we get people as young as 15 and as old as like, 65, 70. Like, I'm like, we hit like a huge market of people,
Oh, really? And you'll be 50 this Thanksgiving? Come on over to the dark side, girl. The water's nice over here. And Leslie LeBron is newly 47.
Hey.
I'll be 49 in October. Let's see. And then she's coming on over, though.
No, but I love
Who's
like
planning her birthday party? I think it was 106 Andy said her birthday was in October, and she wants to have a party on the channel. She was giving herself a party. Older demo,
49,
yeah.
47, like, yeah, I love it. And
Yeah.
I like that we can
We
all,
have a
like,
huge
like
demographic.
talk to each other, too. Like,
Yeah.
we're all different ages, and we all, have
It's
conversation.
a
And
huge demographic, yeah.
Teresa G said she's 57. See?
Wow, okay,
See?
yeah.
And sometimes in, as far as, like, people talking about in, like, ads and stuff, there's always, like, colorism. Like, there's not enough of this, there's more of that. I'm like, well, what about ageism? Like, you guys only ever
know.
have young folk, like, up there.
Yeah.
What about the women that, are older, that have gone natural as well? So,
Yeah.
hello.
Lisa Cabrera's 44, yay. 47 in February is Angela Marcinkovich. Yeah, no, I think when I first came on the channel, and then I kind of like spread out and went into Instagram. I think there is a section where like you just feel like it's just youth, and I'm like where do you fit in at? But definitely right here, what we've created right here, it's just like all ages. So I absolutely love our channel because there is just a lot of different ages. And then once you meet them on the channel, then you see them on Instagram, and then you're like, okay, so that person's like around my age, and I get it. Not that I can't hang out with other people of other ages, but it's just kind of good to know that we're all like in that little tight-knit group, and then we're all like in our 50s, and we kind of all get it, and I love that.
The companies need to stay woke because it's like the older people that are established with the coin. So they need to be careful who they're marketing to.
Seriously. I know.
They got the coin.
I know. They had a lifetime to earn coin. They're just starting out. We don't want to put the money in the pocketbook.
With the money.
They need to be looking at us.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
Lily. And she said we don't see age. It's all about hair. Yeah.
I know. Seriously.
Sometimes, like, I'll have whole conversations with women I don't even know. They're like 60 years old. Like, I don't even know.
Because the one thing we
doesn't
have
matter.
in common is
The hair.
Our hair, our
Yeah.
natural hair. And I like my age demographic because we didn't always know about natural hair, or wasn't always encouraged. You know, so my mother told me a story today. I just thought it was just so odd and bizarre, and she just said that, you know, we all had straightening combs, whatever, and she was always kind of like hiding like the texture of her hair. And so she said when she was younger, she said when she got married, my father didn't know that she straightened her hair. I'm like, well, what did you do all day with the straightening comb? Like, and she's like, one time he saw it in the drawer and he goes, this is yours? And she was like, no, like she wanted him to think like her hair was straighter than it was. And like, I'm like, that's so odd that like back in the day, like people hid their texture or were ashamed of their texture.
But her hair would have been curly, right?
I would have think it would be wet and curly, and she had to straighten it at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe she did that when he was at work all day or something. I have no clue, but
that's so interesting.
what an exercise in futility, because eventually your hair is going to be uncovered.
Let me see. Is it Lizella?
Lizella Cabrera?
Cabrera. She says, and her daughter's 10, and she's telling me she likes you too. Hi. Thanks for watching us.
What's your daughter's
See,
name?
as young as 10.
Young as 10.
That's why we keep it clean on the channel. No
Yeah.
cursing, no extra stuff.
Nope.
You don't need to do all that to have a YouTube channel. All that extra stuff.
No, you definitely don't. But it won't. You can try again.
Oh,
Okay,
Melody.
that's
That's a pretty name. Hi,
Is that
Melody.
Melody? Oh, Melody.
Melody.
That's cute. Yeah, that's pretty. Very soft.
It's Princess Ariel's daughter. Whose name?
Oh.
Ariel, the Little Mermaid. She had a daughter
Okay.
named Melody. I love Disney.
Yes, good. Yes. P. Jackson, is it? Good, clean fun. It is. Yeah. Good, clean fun.
Lillian Davila said when we were growing up, curly hair was considered unkempt.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you didn't say my hair was unkempt. I'm
No,
talking
I
about for
did,
your
yeah.
generation.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely gams.
Yeah, or my grandmother. I can hear my grandmother now, and I think I say it online from time to time. She says, oh, Lori, honey, you're getting a little too old for all those curls. She would not approve at all.
You're getting a little too old for all those curls.
She's since passed away, but she would not like my hair. She said, Lori came over there, her hair just looked just wild. And I called her now, and Nanny, this is how everybody's wearing their hair. She goes, you know, I know everything's not for everybody, ooey. She called me ooey. So no, she would not like it one bit.
When people say, I think I read one time somebody said like going natural isn't for everybody. Like, how do you tell someone their natural hair isn't for them? Like, that's what's coming out of their head.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a minister one time, and he made an announcement in the church that, okay, now this is new style. I hear everybody's going natural. Okay, now this is not for y'all. Okay, in this church, everybody's not made to go natural. Like, what kind of
horrible.
message is that to say from the pulpit?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's not for everybody. Wow.
Right. Now, y'all listen up. This is not for everybody. Everybody can't wear this style, okay? It's terrible.
Oh, When Us With Andy, did that come out? To All the Boys I've Loved. That's a new show. I kept seeing the advertisement for it, but it hadn't come to Netflix yet. See, now I gotta watch it.
Oh, your mother had straight hair, Lillian? Wow, okay. So how did you wear your hair as a child? She didn't know how to do it?
You always had my hair in 2 braids.
I did.
I was had 2 braids, and I had like plaid ribbons on the ends. We used to have a ribbon bag. Like, we have like a backdrop box now. Like, we had a huge ribbon bag.
Yeah, we did. And I always went to like this really exclusive store, and if you know anything about Connecticut, it was in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is just money. Okay, they just exude money. And so I would go to like this little store. It's the only thing I could afford on the street with ribbons. And so I would get like these beautiful tartan plaid ribbons, and I'm just always tying right on the end. It was so cute, so cute. That was
Then-
your first day of school, though.
Yeah, and then like I used to see all the white girls with their long hair, and here I come with 2 braids with ribbons,
That was very cute, girl.
white socks, patent
Mhm.
leather shoes.
No, they were navy shoes because they always had a navy sweater or a red sweater,
Right.
white blouse, very
Jumpers.
classic jumpers. That's right, very classic. And I like all that new fangled look for like a little first grade, little kindergarten. But then when you get to be about what 5th, 6th grade, you want to start doing different things.
Yeah.
So that was very short lived. That cute little tartan plaid ribbon and the navy sweaters and the little stride right navy shoes. Very short lived.
Very short.
And then kids bust out and you don't know what they're wearing.
I remember when I first got to bust out, I was
You
excited.
wore them homely Vans, like you went from cute little girly shoes, and then all of a sudden you had them Vans you were wearing, and you went all goth, and
I had a couple
know.
phases.
you did.
In high school, my freshman year, I was completely like gothic. Like not that I had issues, like you know, some people like they have like emotional issues, so they want to wear like all black and do all like all the, what was it called back in the day, emo or something. Like I
Yeah.
just liked the look, so
Yeah.
I went and I used to shop in Hot Topic, and I would wear like the tutus and the stripes and the really heavy dark eye makeup and just the neon color. Like I had a
Yeah.
phase like my freshman year, but then the next year, my sophomore year of high school, I was wearing baby fat and DKNY, and I wanted the Jordans with the belts
you
and
had
the
every
nameplates.
Jordan known to man.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep. I kept going out. I was buying Jordans, and like I had a whole like Jordans phase with the spike
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah,
And
if you have teenagers out there, don't worry. They go in and out of phases. I mean, like we all do. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like the cleanest, most decent person, but I love wearing mini skirts and spike heels. And you would think I had all the action in the school, and I did not. You know, it's just like I just like to
All
wear
the action
clothes.
in the
I just
school.
like to wear clothes like that.
Yeah.
And you know, as long as you don't make a big deal about things, kids grow out the phase. But you couldn't tell me nothing when I had my mini skirt on and spike heels.
But I remember I got my first mini skirt from Abercrombie. I was so excited. My little jean skirt. The girls were wearing. It was like 6th grade. They were wearing the jean skirts with the UGG boots. UGG boots had like just, I guess, come back because they didn't come out. But I wanted a pair of tan UGG boots with my Abercrombie jean mini skirt and my Abercrombie shirt that typically had like some type of wording on it or something, and that was the look. And I was so excited when I could join in with all the girls with the look. And I had my jean skirt on and my UGG boots. Like, I can wear it too.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
I don't know, it was a big muffler looking. Are
Yeah.
boots still in?
I don't know, but you wouldn't catch me alive or dead in UGG boots like these days. Like, but I remember I was so obsessed with UGG boots. I had them in tan, I had them in black, I had them in tall black.
And you're so petite and you're so little. I was so glad because you actually were in 6th grade, which normally it would transfer over to like adult boots. And adult Uggs were like 139, whereas children Uggs, and you could fit in children because your feet were just so tiny,
Yep.
were like what, like 99 or 89 or something. I was so glad. Like, girl, put your foot in this child Ugg, with the identical color, everything.
I was so excited. And so
Yeah.
I can't wait to like I have kids and see what that's like, but like I told you guys I really want UGG boots. And I don't know if I had to wait till Christmas or something, but like when you guys really bought me UGG boots, I was so excited for my first pair of UGG boots. I was so excited. Aries and I had a Janet Jackson face. I loved her.
Okay, TCJ, you wore the mini skirt and the spike heels.
So funny.
Okay, so we have living life with KJ. Need some hair advice. She just big chopped. All y'all bombarded with some advice.
And just big chopped. How short? You big chopped, yeah.
I big chopped. Yeah,
Nina Mosley said I begged for a perm at 15 to have my hair like Aaliyah. And is it to me? I'm scared to say names up here because I'd be messing people's. Is it Tamaya? To me, I know the singer. I know who she is, but I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Nia Long. I remember that summer my hair just shredded so bad.
Yeah, TCJ wore the spike heels and the mini skirt.
Oh my God, we have to see a pic of that of Goth Taylor. I have to see if I can find one. But my hair was relaxed at that point, so it was just long and stringy. And I would have the dark eyeliner on, and typically like a black shirt with like some neon writing, and I would have black bracelets all up my arm. And
Yep.
I remember I had these like little slip-on shoes, little flats that were neon pink and black stripes. I love those. And then I had a pair of Converse that were red Converse.
Good night, Val.
Always black jeans. It was serious.
Okay, so, all right, so living life catered to, I cut all of it off. Since I cut, it has grown a little bit. So how are you styling it now? When I big chopped, I didn't know what to do. What products are you using? You're amongst product junkies. We all understand, girl.
Tay, did you have the digital nameplate belt? No, I didn't. I didn't. But I did. I wanted a nameplate necklace. I don't know if, did I ever get a nameplate? But that was back during like the MySpace days.
You
when
have
people,
a nameplate necklace now.
I do,
You
yeah.
bought me a nameplate necklace.
I did, and you weren't grateful.
Nothing new there.
You're never grateful. Never grateful, girl. You're like, oh, it says, Lori, I wish you would have put LoriAnne on it. Like, you wouldn't have worn it if I put Lori or LoriAnne or your whole government. Like, you still wouldn't have worn it, but.
Oh my God, I was too. I went to a Christmas party when I was 22. My husband's job, totally professional, okay? I didn't have enough sense to wear a professional Christmas dress. I had a dress that had big sides cut out, just all you could see was skin. All you could see was skin here, tight fitting, or so the way this shirt is fitting now, like this tight sleeves like this, and then the whole sides out. Like, what was I thinking?
You sound like sitting in the house. You probably look
I
bomb.
was. They probably all jealous.
Right? Because
Yeah.
they were sitting up there in them suits. Probably the women had on like business skirts and business blazers.
I was not bothered.
And you walked in
I
like,
was not bothered at all. Gotta have attitude if you're gonna wear something like that. You can't be like just scuffling in. You gotta walk in like you own the joint, okay? Oh my goodness.
Mom. Well, you know how to remove comments?
No, I don't.
So here, you remove your first comment.
Okay.
So basically, you,
I'm in training.
you touch the comment. Touch it
Where's it at?
right here.
Okay.
Touch it. No. Okay. And then hit hide user on this channel.
Okay. There. Just taking out the trash, guys.
Mom. From the trash comments.
Okay, I use Cream of Nature, Argan Oil, Pantene. Oh, Pantene Gold Series, yeah.
Co-wash, cool.
Yep, deep hydrated co-wash, yep. Pantene Gold Series, Moisture Boost Shampoo. Pantene Gold Series Curl Defining Pudding. Yep.
Right.
That was my summer. That was
She
my
lost me
summer.
at Do Grow and Blue Magic.
Blue Magic, that's that grease from my relaxed days, I think. Blue Magic and that.
What do you use
Plastic.
Blue Magic for? Is that like edges or?
Maybe. Going to sleep. Motiqua's going to sleep.
No, Oh, good night.
Right?
Arian said you got to strut.
You guys walking like you own it. Haters say what? That's somebody new.
Okay, so living life with KJ, is it like healthier now? It sounds like you're using good products. Like your shampoo looks like you have a wash routine down.
Yeah, that was my summer wash routine. I love
Deep
that Pantene
hydrating
Gold series.
co-wash, Pantene Gold Series Moisture Boost, Pantene Gold Series Curl Defining Pudding. Do you deep condition with anything? Like, do you deep condition weekly?
Good night, Alexa.
Bye. Because basically, you just kind of have to style your hair while you're waiting for it to grow out. Sounds like you have a wash routine. You have a styling product. Do you deep condition? Does anyone else's hair go wavy when they use gel? Mine does if I'm trying to slick it down into a ponytail.
And it just depends on probably your curl pattern anyway, right? Like there's like no amount of gel that can really slick mine down. When I big chop, that's why you said I had those little curls in the back.
Yep.
Because
They
no matter
always
how
like
much,
curls.
if it had length, which the top kind of did, because again I said I went to the salon. It wasn't a black salon. It wasn't like a big chop place. It wasn't like a moment. It was just out of desperation. I just needed the hair off. So she just kind of like in a tapered kind of style. So she left it longer on the top, and so I had this part to deal with. And so I would just kind of like eco style gel this, and I had some length to slick this down, but the back was just big chop. It was just short, and so that part, I don't care how much gel I used, it just stayed curled all the time. I couldn't slick that down.
KJ, maybe you could like include like a deep conditioner into your routine, like on wash day. Deep conditioning is good for your hair.
That's one thing I learned. That was the first thing I learned, to always deep condition. That was part of the. Other than that, I mean, you have fun with the products and the styles, and you just kind of like watch your hair grow. Now, I didn't obsessively watch and do length checks.
We still don't.
That. People just like pull a curl and do like this. Okay, so now today it's like, right, you see where my neck was? Like, I was not into all of that. Like, it was growing, you know, but I did not obsessively do that. And if you do, I mean, some people, that's really important to them. But I just...
I feel like you can drive yourself crazy when you don't see growth.
Yeah.
Like, you could...
It's almost like I said today, getting on the scale at the club. I'm like, okay, I lost 1 pound this week from all that working and running and, you know, all that at the club. But, you know, you just weighing yourself every day, it's too much. It's too nerve-wracking.
So living life with KJ said, my hair has grown 1 inch since the big chop, and I am doing everything right.
Okay, so when did you big chop?
I would say just continue doing what you're doing. Like, hair grows at different, what is it, like intervals? Or everybody's hair growth like is different. Some people's hair grow faster, some slower. I know, like 2 weeks ago I thought I was losing all my hair, and then I looked in the mirror today and I was like, wow, I actually do have some hair on my head. So like, some days you'll look at your hair and be like, I have no hair, and other days it's like, wow, I have a lot of hair. Like, I see where it's growing.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows. I know I'm gonna have a time tomorrow after this 6th day, because I could see tonight when I was trying to undo the
Bye,
finger
kid
coils,
sister.
I could see there was some dreads that have formed.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? We were talking about this. We feel like it's kind of like a lose-lose. So if you're one of those people that washes your hair like every day or every 1 to 3 days, like your hair's kind of like always like constantly wet. You're wetting your hair a lot, which is not good for your hair. Or if you're one of those people that leaves your hair for like 4 to like 7 days, like a week, by the time you get to wash day, you have like a tangled web weave on your head.
Yeah, so you can see that tangle, as you can see.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem.
So which do you prefer? Do you prefer to wash your hair more and, you know, that kind of messes with your hair, or leave it longer when you have to go through like the whole detangling process and you could lose some hair there too? Like, what do you guys think? Do you prefer to leave your hair longer, leave your styles longer, or do you prefer to wash your hair more frequently?
Yes, who's that? Guess my Zayas, is it? Uncle Funky's daughter is Heavenly.
Yep, the Curly Magic. Colleen DeVilla washes twice a week. Like, I know us washing our hair tomorrow, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun.
But I'm all set. I'm gonna have the Afrotastic Pond Deck.
Pond Deck?
To me, it just has incredible slip, and I am not gonna start this project without it.
Yeah. No,
I call it a project.
Though. It was so easy.
It's gonna be a project. I can feel it. And it's very producty. It is extremely producty.
Mine is producty, despite it looking very dry. It's just, it doesn't know what to do with itself.
Also, was it Carly Allison? Is it Carly? Okay, I prefer to wash my hair once a week. Well, so like, this is a first for me. I used to wash my hair every single day. So to go 6 days without washing my hair, it's a first. I can't wait to see how much I lose tomorrow and how difficult it's going to be.
Totally. DTW Texas said, sometimes not washed hair looks so good, big and fluffy. Yeah, totally. But then once you've got to detangle that, it's like, ooh. Like, my hair with no product in it, like, it's just a big old puff, and sometimes I'm just like,
should I pre-cool? What should I do to make this easier? Should I put
should we wet
oil?
it? Should we wet it completely first, or do we just detangle it kind of dry with some oil or
should we put
conditioner?
Some coconut oil or something in our hair tonight?
To
start.
Yeah, no, you like up. This is. So some of these aren't dreads; they're just like a big old curl clump that you haven't separated. So they might feel like dreads, but they're just curls you haven't separated.
They're just
like that one. That one just came apart.
It did. Okay, they just feel very. I think it's just a lot of product, because every day I just kept spraying it with product, and then I think the day I put the Talia Wahid in it, that's a little heavier than a refresher. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this is gonna work out. But I like it. I would do it again.
I
Yeah.
think, nailed it.
This whole
this
thing
week you
with
learned how to
mix it
refresh
up.
your hair.
I know
Yeah.
you were like, congratulations.
After a year and a half, you got it down. I think
That's what
definitely.
you said. You're like, after a year and a half, you finally learned how to refresh.
No, but we are gonna film it so you guys can see how she does it. Because I think for those people with like shorter hair textures, I think it's useful to see how to like refresh hair every day.
Oh, wait, we're gonna film me refreshing.
Yeah, I think that should be a video how you do it.
Oh yeah, I thought you
I
meant
can't
tomorrow
do
this mess.
No,
Entangling it.
no,
Okay.
I can't do what you do because my hair doesn't
Okay.
curl like that. But I couldn't sit
Okay.
there and finger coil my hair back together again.
Okay, so pre-poo with oil helps with detangling. You think I should do it overnight, Samantha?
Put some oil in our hair tonight.
Maureen, pre-poo with some oil. I would like put oil after we finish this. Put oil in my hair. Put that plastic cap on and just kind of let it start melting in.
You love products,
Perhaps.
girl.
What'd you say?
I said you love products.
Oh, I love
I'm
products.
walking through the room, you were sitting on the side of the bed, just oiling down your head.
And of course, Jane Carter, Nurse and Shine. Just
But that's
for
not-
one good.
Mom, that's not oil.
I know, but I just have to put Nourish and Shine on. No wonder my hair's so thick and product-y.
I know you've been slapping Nourish and Shine on for the last 6 days.
I have. Every day. I finish it up. So before I came downstairs, slapped it in one last time.
So they're saying yes, put it in tonight.
Okay.
So Faith Hodges, I can't wait to see how she refreshes. Yeah, that's coming up. Give us like a week. Like it's coming. We're gonna do that video. It's coming this week, definitely.
Okay, so Ashley Harry said, please, because my hair is short and I'm struggling to refresh. Yeah, no, I was struggling. I was where you guys were, but now I'm expert.
After like 1 week of doing it right. No, but you did. You did do it every day, and you didn't like dunk your head. And you were going to
Because
the gym and stuff, sweating, well, glistening.
Yeah.
And,
so, yeah, glistening.
Glistening.
Yes.
We don't sweat.
We don't sweat. I can't hear bodily functions.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
All right, so I was woke up in the morning and my hair could have. I took the little pineapples out, and that would be ready for the day. But then I doubled down on the confusion because then I went to the gym, and then now I'm coming back and it's kind of like part wet, part not. And now what do I do? And then I start all that refreshing. So no, it's been a project this week. So I think it's pretty good.
It's been so easy though.
6 days of not doing anything and then working out on top of it.
We should have used our time more wisely, girl. Like we have to think of like another series. Like I loved filming all those videos and just being able to like put them out like boom, 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 boom. It's been so easy.
Every morning's like, what are we gonna do today? Because we didn't have filming to do.
Yeah, we just have the videos in the cut ready to release.
You only had one job and you couldn't get it out at 12 noon.
I know. So because we go to the gym at like 9 and then we kind of leave at like 12. But like these past couple days we've been getting up later now that I have a partner with me because you got guys. Every time she gets involved in something, it takes like 12 and a half years. So I have a system, set my alarm at 9, at the house by 9:30. I'm at the gym by like 9:50, 10 o'clock, and and then I'm out of the gym by 12.
Boring.
And now ever since you've been coming to the gym with me, my alarm goes off at 9.
I'm a woman of distinction. I have things to do.
My alarm goes off at 9 and we don't get out the house till like 10:30, 11. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's not true.
It's so true. We didn't get out the house till like 11 today, 10:50.
Really?
Yeah.
And we left at 12. That's all. Oh, that's right, because all we did was cardio today.
Yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing that's taking... I'm like, Mom, get up, brush your teeth, put your hair in a bun, put on some workout clothes, we're out the door. That's all it takes.
I know, it seems so simple, but it's just this body just moves slower these days, girl.
And I'm like basically staring at you like, let's go. I was saying all that to say what? Oh, what was I saying all that to say?
We were talking about pre-pooing.
I don't know.
We are so everyone's saying pre-poo tonight.
Bye, CCJ.
I'm definitely going to do that. Definitely going to pre-poo. I think it's going to help.
Have you guys ever experienced dandruff? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it before. No. Out of all the issues we've had with our hair, dandruff is not one of them.
Yeah, and does dandruff have anything to do with like products? Maybe I put so much Nourish and Shine and there's no place for dandruff, but my boys have. Because maybe they don't put products in their hair. I don't know.
Where'd you buy them? Head and Tails? Head and Shoulders. Head and Shoulders, not Head and Tails. I'm thinking of Made and Tail. Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
Yet they'll like take our expensive wash and wash their bodies with it. We can't leave anything in the bathroom because like the boys will just grab it and use it as body wash. They're washing their body with their Creme Restore.
That's one thing that we haven't dealt with, and I think maybe it's because all these oils and stuff it gets soaked up, or our scalps.
But I did have itchy scalp.
And especially with all this washing, I would think we would have dry scalps.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do people do who struggle with dandruff with natural hair. I think, Leslie Brown, that's what ACV rinse is for. Itchy scalp, perhaps? You didn't do that. What did you put in that product?
For my itchy scalp, what was I using?
You were using that IGK thing.
Oh, yeah, the IGK, the trust issues, the spray I was using in my scalp. But that was my own fault. It was only itchy scalp for like a couple days because I left a deep conditioner in for like 2 days, and it was just not a good situation. But my hair recovered from that as well.
So, LoriAnne, you can't pre-poo because it separates the curls. So don't I want them separated so I can really shampoo out all this product? Because I already have my clarifying shampoo for beginners because I want to get all this product out. So I wouldn't like go in right away with the Camille Rose, even though that's super, super slip, and I probably should, but I just have to get this product out. I don't know.
We've never used an apple cider vinegar rinse. Someone came into my DMs today and was asking, but I didn't respond because I didn't know. What's like good clarifiers? What
shampoo?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite one is the one that you really can't get anymore.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to ask you because I knew you were going to say that we had
know.
one that people can't get, so
Yeah.
that's not helpful.
I know, that's my favorite. But other than that, I have used As I Am. They have 3 different kinds. They have As I Am Clarifying. This is from the original line. Then they have As I Am Pudding, Cleansing Pudding, which is between the clarifying, which basically just gets your hair squeaky clean like any other clarifying shampoo, and it's a little more than their co-wash in the jar that we all love, okay? So it's between that squeaky clean clarifier and the As I Am in the jar, the coconut co-wash. It's called Cleansing Pudding, and it's supposed to get your hair clean, but not as squeaky clean as like a clarifier, but cleaner probably than maybe a gentle co-wash. So, but anyway, As I Am clarifier is one of my favorites.
I've never used that one. I use the Camille Rose, the clean rinse I've been using, but
yeah,
like, I don't have
Rose clean rinse.
I don't have a clarifier that I just grab like this is.
Back in the day, I used to use Moroccan oil, believe it or not, that really good smelling salon brand, salon prices. I have a great big huge tub of it with a pump on it, and it is the best clarifier to me. It washes your hair and it doesn't dry it out. I used to use it every day as a daily shampoo. That's how good it was, but it was a clarifying shampoo.
Remember you used to use the clear Neutrogena one? Did you mention that one?
Yeah,
that thing got
old
your hair
school.
like hay.
Yeah,
like
old
straight
school.
up hay. My hair felt like a giant dread.
Yeah.
After I put that stuff in my hair.
Yeah, But nowadays we have good conditioners and
Oh
stuff.
my gosh,
so
remember when I used to use Prel? The
God.
green Prel.
Yeah. All right. So what
Prel
else is
shampoo.
there? There is.
The curls and cashmere. Remember that hair bath? That was like black.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like the shampoo was black. That was crazy clarifying.
Yeah. Then they don't have the one that I rave about all the time, but they did switch it over to something called Waterworks, which probably is what I should be using because it's for houses that have hard water, and we do, well water, all of that, and so that's what it's for. To me, I just always compared it against that Superfruit one.
That
so,
Waterworks one was really
but
bad.
it is called Waterworks, and that is the one that was replaced.
But that one
That's
was
Weed
drying. We never went back to
Yeah.
it really.
Mm-mm.
The someone mentioned, which I've seen before, the Trader Joe's the tea tree shampoo. I've seen
Okay.
that mentioned a couple times on the channel
What else
in the
do I have?
comments.
I am definitely a
Clarifier.
clarifying queen. Like I love clarifying.
Why can't we think of clarifiers
I don't
right
know.
now?
Let's see. So you said, you said As I Am. What other brands do we have upstairs that have clarifiers? Anybody else know of any clarifiers?
People keep mentioning like it's almost like they're making their own concoctions of like apple cider vinegar, peppermint oil.
It's funny we've never done apple cider vinegar.
I don't like that stuff. I would be afraid to pour that on my hair and it get into my mouth or something.
We
'Cause
put it on our face for masks.
I know, and it smells.
Yeah, it was
smells.
It was I can't hear the word smell.
I know, but I don't want to walk around smelling like apple cider vinegar. It
Remember when I was
smells.
whipping it up and mixing it, and then we did the masks on our face, and you had to use organic
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar.
One of our first videos, we did like a mask treatment on each other, and
Yeah.
we put deep conditioners in. I don't know what we were doing. We were trying to find content.
Yeah,
we were doing some content.
I know, when you just don't know what your channel's supposed to be about, and we were just doing everything. That was funny. You laugh back on that one now.
Gabrielle Sivley said, so off topic, but how did you wear your hair in the 80s, LoriAnne?
Oh my gosh, and that like that feathered do, you know, all that big hair, just really big hair. You know, just that so-called Farrah Fawcett feather thing, you know, going
Wait.
on.
No, that was the 90s. But I was thinking of like that picture of you and Dad where you're in that red polka dot dress. Was it like that?
Yeah, just
where
big,
it was just really
big
like
hair and
big,
then
like
side curls.
like
Just really, but that was like because Dad was like
everything
early
was like
90s.
blown out, but it was
Yeah.
like just big.
It's very 80s, just very 80s.
They want to
mean,
see throwback pictures. Okay, maybe next week we have to get some pictures together.
I know.
We have to get some pictures
Yeah,
together.
I
I have to
know.
find some of me with my goth stage in high school.
Yeah.
And my baby
We
fat.
had some down here. Last week when I went up there, when I had Margaret with the outfit on, and then I had you as a baby when I brought you home from the hospital to show
Yeah.
who wore it better. So I went through all those pictures, and I did see that picture of me with that 80s do.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
That
There
picture,
I was.
You were popping with that red dress. It looks so like
It was very,
old
it was very Laura Ashley. Who remembers Laura Ashley? I lived and breathed Laura Ashley. I swore I was styling. Like it was like a certain mindset for Laura Ashley.
Yeah, we have to get our pictures together.
We do. We always talk about things.
I have to show them the one where you told the story about how I got in trouble when you found all them pictures online. That was like my sneaker phase when I had all the matching things, and like that was like the cool thing to do.
Yeah, because we have like
Yeah.
so many new people, so we have to go back through our stories.
Our
That
stories.
we told, like this is this the 25th week or 24th?
I think it's the
week?
25th week.
Yay!
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
Wow. See, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna reach 10K and we're gonna totally blow it.
I know we
Because
have all these
never
plans.
Are prepared for anything, and I'm like, when we do live for 25 weeks, we're gonna celebrate. And here we are talking about ACV rents and clarifying shampoos, and
Huh.
totally forgot.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see. I think this is the 25th
I think this is
week.
the 20.
though.
Who's been here since day one?
Who's been here every live? You will.
We've been doing this for 25 weeks.
Hold on, let me see.
Every Friday night, 4 hours.
No, wait. This is the 25th week. Yeah, there's 20.
Yay!
There's 24 in
We
here.
have confetti falling and balloons.
But last week we lost it.
we lost it last week. Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
But I got up to get
The
ice.
one that's supposed to be in here, the one we lost, isn't listed. So actually this is 26 weeks. Last week was the 25th week. This is the 26th week.
Well, I got up to get ice, and then all of a sudden you started like playing.
But that
down.
week doesn't
You're
count.
like, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't know. And I'm like, what did you do? You're like, no, like I think it's the Wi-Fi. Like you then later on you confessed.
I did, yeah. No, I accidentally like exited out.
But then we
and I
felt like
lost
we were
it.
just a little too candid, and we were like, you know what? All things happen for the good. The Bible says. I said maybe we were just a little too honest. We were one of the more
All
moves.
things
Okay,
work
and so we
together.
were just like really harsh, and we were just speaking like we always speak very candidly and honestly. But last week we were just letting it fly.
Yeah,
So I'm
no.
like, it's better that
If
it's
you
not.
caught it, you caught
if you
it.
caught it, you were lucky enough to catch it. But if not, we were glad that
We
it
was
was
talking
gone.
about we was
talking about brands and the
we was
industry.
we was going, and I don't know what was wrong
I'm
with
like-
us. We were delusional
I'm
because
like,
we
God,
filmed.
protect us from our stupid selves.
We filmed like 8 videos back to back to back to back, and then we
Mhm.
got on live for 4 hours. So we were
Yeah.
like delusional. We don't know what was
We
happening.
were, so it was good that it was gone.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Also, all right. Sam D. With Sam D. NYC. I wore Laura Ashley in high school. Everyone in my school was obsessed. I know, I was so obsessed, and the obsession never left. I think until after I was pregnant with you. I used to wear those. Remember those? You had to step into those kind of like jumpsuit. They were like those one piece, big balloon legs, and then you wear the espadrilles, and those were my maternity clothes. And then decorated the nursery with Laura Ashley wallpaper. Every blanket was Laura Ashley, like little baby blankets to bring the baby home from the hospital, and $85. I mean, I was just out of my mind with Laura Ashley.
Ashley
control.
Harris said the Lord said take it down.
Right? Seriously, when we thought about it, we're like, this is for the best.
Yeah, we were like,
Okay.
no. It was
Yeah.
too much. It was too much.
I missed all the tea, yeah?
Yeah,
You
no.
did,
the tea
Gabrielle.
was hot last
Hot and
week.
piping.
Hot last week.
Yeah.
I know we have to do this for 25 minutes. I know we got to retell some of our stories because we have so many like new people. And I think
Yeah.
you started telling the stories like the second weekend. So.
Yeah, Manita Parker, me, day one. Who else was here since day one?
Oh, Leslie LeBron said day one. Hands
Day
up. Mazel
one.
Guzman had said I am. Like, I have.
Angela
Yeah.
Marcinkovich is not in it every week. She's watching the Yankees. Every week she's talking about the Yankees. I know Angela was here since day one.
After the girl was piping hot and ready to drink.
Right. Day one, Denise Rivera.
Y'all are real ones.
Yeah. So then you guys were here for all the stuff. You were here when we took off, all you saw was seats 1 week because a bug flew in. Who was here with Queenie?
That giant bee, I was out.
Yeah.
And
we literally
there were
left
2 empty
the live
seats
feed
for like 5 minutes.
We did not care. We didn't care who was what. And you guys all just kept on talking. You're like, are the moderators coming back?
And you just
We
hear
were
me
gone.
hollering in the back, like telling Adam to come kill it. I was not having it at all.
Yeah. But we hung in there. We came back.
We did come back, but then I kept flinching and
I couldn't handle you because the whole time
And
you just
ever
kept
since
like
then,
this and kept looking around.
we moved into here because I was like, I
Yeah.
can't sit in the kitchen anymore.
Yeah,
I can't
we
sit in
started
the
out
kitchen.
there, and no, we started out upstairs. For a
We
few
started
weeks.
out upstairs,
and then the Wi-Fi. So
Yep.
we took the party. We all did a field trip one night, and
Mhm.
we all came on down through the house, and we started sitting in the kitchen, and that lasted a few weeks, and then we ended up in the dining room. So yeah, it's been a journey.
It's been a journey. Should we stop at 30 weeks?
No, it's like what we do. It's like what we did.
Should
And,
have
and, we're all settling on it now for the winter pretty soon.
We
What else
sure
do we do on
are.
like if we did it all summer when Friday
It was
nights were
hot.
popping?
We're gonna be down here freezing. Instead of having the heat, the fan, we're gonna have the heater
We're
on.
gonna have the heater on. I know, like if we were gonna stop in the summer when there was action. Now we're gonna be all dried up in the house.
Actually, here it says the OGs know about Checkers' arranged divorce.
Oh yes.
Or arranged divorce.
His
Yeah.
forced divorce.
His forced divorce.
Yeah, I know. Who knows about Checkers? And that's right.
Yeah,
I
this is Checkers. Hold on. That's Checkers.
My Checkers.
My giant.
He
Teddy
had, and I do say had, H-A-D, a wife.
He had a wife, and she made it to him, like, you know, Toy Story, and you sent it back.
I was not having it. It was an arranged divorce.
Like,
Lori style. They could say their goodbyes on the front lawn, or actually he can go with her.
right? You were like, he can go. She was like, but she's not coming in
She's
here.
not coming in, but he can go out. Okay.
You guys tell that story?
Yes. So who's new? Who never heard the Checker story?
Who never heard the Checker story? There's so many stories.
All right, hands up who hasn't heard the Checker story. Right, we'll all be cuddled up with hot chocolate, live in the winter, fireplace. We'll have new Serena. We'll bring it on out there now, fireplace. Yeah, because it was all cuddly and cozy, fireplace. Totally. Okay, all right, so Tracy Williams wants to hear the Checker story.
They know about the
he. Oh, y'all spilling all the tea.
Erin, I don't know who that
Y'all
is.
needs to hear the Checker story. Hello, Sandra Hunter. Just sitting back, just back to sender. Yes. People know me.
She said you have no love for her gifts from BFs.
None.
Not impressed.
It's just a lot of gifts. It's a lot of gifts. I said more in deeds.
Less in
Less
gifts.
in gifts.
Less
Less
in
in
gifts.
gifts. More in actions, please. A lot of overstuffed bears, I said.
Overstuffed bears.
So we'll
and,
tell the story of the overstuffed bear.
Overstuffed bears. What do you say? Flowers.
And a lot of flowers,
A lot of roses.
a lot of roses,
A lot of roses.
a lot of promises. Just more in acts. Just less talk. Just more action, please. Okay. All right. So anyway, so
All the
there's-
lost pairs of
So
shoes.
Checkers has got to be about 72 inches.
72
Checkers
inches.
is much taller than me. Checkers is about the size, and maybe a little bit longer than the size of a twin bed, okay? The thing is absolutely huge. His legs alone are the size of like this Thanksgiving table that we set. The bear is huge.
This is his
He's
foot.
just that's his foot. Okay? Are bigger than my head. See, all right, you see how big this bear is? Absolutely enormous. So you got who knows Teddy Lulu? All right, so we have a little Teddy Lulu, and Teddy Lulu's been part of the family for years. And so Taylor was dating a guy one time that didn't particularly like Teddy Lulu. He was going to try to outdo Teddy Lulu, and I guess he thought that was what was going to outdo Teddy Lulu. So one day the doorbell rang, and I came downstairs, and there was a huge box at the door, and the man, Federal Express or UPS, waiting for me to sign for it. And so the box was literally bigger than me. And I said, wow. And so he said, you want to sign for it? So I signed for it, and it said Taylor Wesley. Of course, I'm like, Taylor, here's another gift. Like I said, more in acts. Okay, less gifts. Okay, and so there's all these flowers showing up, candy, overstuffed bears. And so I said, Taylor, it's the box for you. So she came running downstairs, and so she said, oh my God, for me. And I'm like, yes, it's for you. So she went to the kitchen and got the scissors and the knife, whatever, and cut it open, and out popped Checkers. Okay, enormous, scared the living daylights out of me. Snow white, beautiful bear. Okay, just beautiful bear, but just where do you put it? I mean, the thing is absolutely enormous. And so, she's like, oh my God, it's just so cute, so cute. Yeah, he's cute. I'm like, where are you going to put that big rusty, dusty thing at? Because you have a twin bed. You could possibly share the bed with him. He's not decoration. Obviously, he ended up being decoration, okay? But there really was no place to put this big bear. All right, but anyway, so excited, girlfriend getting a bear from a boyfriend. Okay, so she loves the thing up the stairs and puts it in her room. And then every night as you're in her room, sleeping on the bear, sleeping off the bear, sleeping on the bear. The bear had more space in the bed. It was just absolutely ridiculous, okay? So a few days later, ding dong. And so I'm like, the door. So I went downstairs.
Wait, so Leslie said how old Ruben Checkers came?
How old were you?
23, maybe? So like 2 years ago, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, maybe 20,
Yeah.
23, 24. It was like
Recent.
a year, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. Go ahead, Mom.
So, a few days later, ding dong, doorbell rings. I keep doing that because there's an annoying gnat. All right, so doorbell rings. I go to the door, and there is the UPS man in the box standing next to him, was as big as me. And I'm like, what in the world? And so he said, I'm delivering. He said, for Taylor Wesley, no surprises there. And it was just as big as like the few days before. So I'm like, Taylor, another box, overstuffed bear. I didn't know what was in it. More gifts, less actions, more gifts, okay? Like they can hide their faults, okay? So I said, there's a box. And she, came running out and said, oh, for me, who else? And so she gets the scissors and the knife, opens it up, and out pops another bear. Now, at this point now, like, I'm not amused, I'm not happy, I'm not excited. I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I said, this bear is not staying. I said, this house is too small. I said, one day when you are married, you can have all the bears and children and everything you want. I said, but in this house, we're not having another overstuffed bear in this house. This bear must go back.
And then I'm like, Mom, it's probably his wife. I'm like, it's like Toy Story. She did everything to get here. She made it.
Yeah, I said, she sure did make it. I said, but she's not staying. And I said, so will the truck took off down the street? He probably don't want that bear on the truck either. So I said, So I said, we're going to call and we're going to ask him to come and pick this bear back up. I said, because we are not having a house full. This bear, I wish we could just show the size of the bear.
Right.
Maybe you take the head.
Take its
and
legs.
Here's the leg. You have to see this bear, okay, for an extra added emphasis.
Take its legs.
Hold on.
And this is
Okay, wait a minute. All right, this thing is enormous. Okay, he's just enormous.
Where's his
All right,
head?
and now he's just yellow and dirty. Okay, just a lot of lint. So I'm moving him around too much because my allergies. Okay, it's just a lot of bear. Okay, a lot
Mom,
of
I
bear.
wish you'd stop bullying him.
Okay.
It's not nice.
All right, so anyway, so I said, call that company up. I said, to find out what happened. Well, what happened was there was a glitch in the system at the company. So not only was the beer ordered once, it was ordered twice. So it was a mistake. Like, the second one might have been free. I didn't care. I didn't care what it was. I didn't want it at the house. It was just way too big. And so I said, they're gonna have to come and get it back, okay? So you're like, oh, Mom, that's his wife, it's Toy Story. She worked, came all the way here to me. I'm like, that's too bad. I'm like, if he's a real man, he'll go with her. I said, she's not staying. I said, but if he's a real man, then he'll follow her. So the next day they were gonna come back. They had like a 12 o'clock pickup or something. And I'm like, you're gonna sit by this window. I said, I don't want any mistakes. I don't want the truck to come and say, oh, nobody was home. We rang the doorbell. None of them lies. I said, you're gonna be at the door. I said, the moment that you hear the truck backing up in the driveway, beep, 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 beep. I said, you are to go tearing downstairs and hand over Missy, okay? And so the next day, she sat by the window, and all of a sudden we heard the UPS truck coming down the street. I'm like, okay, action time. I'm like, get Missy. I said, she is out of here. So you're like, Mom, I'm like, he can go, but she's not staying. And so we had her back in the box. She was all squeezed up, legs, arms, everything back in the box. Bye. I had no sympathy. She had to go. And off she went. They loaded her back up on the trunk. Deuces. Too many dusty bears. Okay, that was the end of her.
It really is a lot of dust, though.
It is. See, coughing.
Okay, his legs. I can't.
So yeah, it's. I've never seen a bear bigger. I've never seen a bear bigger.
And you made him, well, it was his wife.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Well, off she went.
What other stories are good? I don't know. Well, that's the story of Checkers and how he had a wife.
And he had a wife.
Yeah. You made him lose his wife.
I sure did. Oh, that's sweet. What's my secret?
Your secret for what?
Girl, that I'm in my 50s. I don't look it.
Oh, okay. Where's that comment? I must have missed that one.
No, I'll point it out. Hold on, guys. I point out my compliment. Right here, girl.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see it now.
Tell your mom I said thank you. No
Her
mere
secret is buy water.
secret is buy water.
Someone said, how about the story when you ran out of the car?
No mere order bear bride for checkers. No.
I know.
He's got to do it the old-fashioned way. He's got to have to go out court, hang out maybe at a bar, go to a church, go to a function.
Said hang out at a bar, go to a church.
Yeah, I'm giving them options.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know where people find people. I always say where you find them, that's where you're going to lose them at, basically.
Yeah. Mom, they want to hear the story of me jumping out the car. That we told that in like our second live.
Oh, so this is your life, like we're going over our live streams again.
The one about me jumping out the car on the highway.
Okay, let's see. Who wants to hear that?
Because you were gonna beat me.
I sure was. You were gonna get torn up that night. You were. Because I always say trust is yours to lose. Okay, so you come into the world and you're full of trust. I trust you. Okay, and then it's yours to lose. So you start doing little deceitful things, and then I look at you with a raised eye, like, oh, okay, I didn't think that they were capable of that. You know, kids start like telling stories about 3 years old because they're so honest. Of course, when they're born, they don't talk. And then when they're 1 and little baby words, they talk. And 2, they're brutally honest. They'll tell you anything. Even if they like write with a crayon on the wall, they'll say, I did it. They take credit for everything. I noticed that by 3 years old, they know how to be deceitful. It was shocking to me. So I used to say, like, you know, who spilled this water? And my kids would say, I did, when they were 2. By 3, I didn't. And I clearly saw them do it. So one time at 3 years old, there was cookies on the counter. I told my son Spencer not to eat the cookies. Do not touch those cookies. He ate a cookie, came downstairs, chocolate all around his mouth. I'm like, Spencer, did you eat that cookie? Nope. He was 3 years old. I'm like, wow, he learned how to lie. That's amazing. I was shocked. Okay, but anyway. So trust is yours to lose. So you were in high school.
And I wasn't deceitful. Most of our mishaps were misunderstandings.
Mm-hmm.
They were misunderstandings.
Okay. And so you are, so what
okay, so I had a girl. I had a best friend.
Uh-huh.
And she was like my best friend since like 5th grade. We're now like sophomores in high school. But you started to like not really like me hanging around her because you always said like I caught her spirit when we would hang out.
Transfer.
Yeah.
So you know, like your kids hang around good people and they come home wanting to do things. Like they might go to a person's house where they're trained to set the table, clear the dishes. After dinner, they get up and they take the dishes and put them in the sink and all that. And then when your child comes home, they mimic that behavior. But if your child hangs around a child that's kind of rebellious, when they come home with that rebellious spirit. So Taylor would come home with the spirit of this girl, and I'm like, and it took like 2 or 3 days to deprogram her from that sassiness, that flipping of her hair, flipping me off, not like with the middle finger, but just like ignoring me, like, you know how they do with the mouth and the teeth and all that, just fresh, time to tear you up, kind of fresh, okay? And so one particular day, you were to go to an event, an award ceremony.
Yeah, so my friend was winning an award. And then I was going to the award ceremony with her, and then I guess I was supposed to come back home.
Straight back home.
Straight back home.
That was the instructions.
And at the time, I was like texting this boy who lived on like the side of town where she lived on. So we went to the award ceremony, and then we ended up going back to her house. And like the boy lived like a couple blocks down, and I was like not talking to the boy at the time. Like he had no idea I was at the girl's house or whatever, but like you knew where he lived, where she was, and when you found out that I was at her house, you were like flipping out. Like I went over to her house so I could see this boy, which wasn't the case.
Because the instructions were to go to this event, a school event where they were getting an award, and then after that, straight back home.
Yeah.
And so, like, the day was waning, and I'm like, I wonder where Tay is. And so I called you, and I said, like, how did the event go? You're like, I'm like, where are you? Like, why are you not home?
And I said, I'm like, I'm at her house. I'm like, you know, we're just chilling, hanging out, and like, you were like,
but
the instructions
those were not the instructions. The instructions were you to go to the event and then come back home. And now she's just hanging out, just
Leslie,
chilling.
it's true. She said, I'm taking that to my grave. It's totally true. I was not over there to see that boy. I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. Like, it was totally true. We were just hanging out at the girl's house. That's it.
Yeah.
I think we stopped at a bakery to get like a celebratory cake or something, and then we went back to the girl's house.
That wasn't the issue because there's levels of deceit. So there's deceit and there's deceit. You were never deceitful enough to do things like with boys and all that, but you just wanted to be part of the crowd, like school and bullying and not having friends and all that. She just always wanted to fit in, and it just seemed like there was just like a lot of rules. And there were, because she's my daughter, and I always wanted her to have the reputation of a lady, okay? And they always say you're judged by the company that you keep and your behavior. And so, like, I always just was, like, very protective of that type of an image. And so I just didn't want her just to be anywhere. I always had, like, my thumb on her. I always wanted to know where she was and whose company she was. So it wasn't the issue of a boy or sneaking in line going to a boy's house. It was more of the issue that I gave you instructions. You were to go to the award ceremony and then come back home. And then if you can be trusted in that, then maybe next time you can do something else. But this was, like, what you were supposed to do today.
Yeah.
And when she was over her friend's house, they were just all maybe playing board games. I didn't care. That was not the issue. The issue was I told you to do something and you did not do it.
Which I thought was a little bit over the top.
Yeah,
I was like, Mom, like, we're just at her house.
You know, you got to train them up the way you want them to go.
We're just at her
Okay.
house.
So I said, stay right there. I'm coming to get you. Okay. I was absolutely livid.
So the girl lived in the town that we live in, but she also had a house in a different city. And so at the time we were in the city, and you said, I'm coming to get you right now, being all extra. And but that city, like, there's so many twists and turns and twists and turns and I don't know if you had a GPS at the time or not.
No,
I don't think so.
not.
But you, by the
I got
time you
lost,
got
so
to
now
me,
I'm more than mad.
yeah, you were mad because you got all lost in, like, the million streets in that city. So you were just mad at
It
the
was
time.
very
Yeah, when
complicated.
you got there.
And I don't know. We might have had cell phones, but not like the way they're just like very user friendly now. It was just a mess, and I just wanted just to get you in the car and come on home. We want to have this talk and have this out, okay?
Yeah.
So
So basically you said you were coming to get me.
I was coming to get you and to be ready.
And I was a sophomore in high school, guys, so I wasn't like a little kid.
And to
I
be
was a sophomore in
ready.
high school.
Who remembers anybody around my age when your mother said be ready? You are more than ready. Like you are like she didn't even have to turn into the street. I was that ready. When my mother said be ready, I had hat, coat, gloves, boots, sock, everything waiting. Apologetic, I'm bended knee, I'm so sorry kind of attitude, okay? Not this one. Okay, so I get to the street kind of lost, kind of wondering, kind of not seeing anybody that looked like Taylor. Like, am I in the right area? Am I in the right place? Like, I don't know. And then here she comes, okay, taking her sweet time. Like I said, I was standing waiting for my mother, not this one. Just walking casually, talking, laughing with her friends, turning around, walking backwards.
I was walking
frontwards.
it seemed like it was such a long drive because she lived in kind of like a complex, and you didn't pull up to, like, her apartment. You pulled, like, you were on the street, like, and so it was kind of like a walk to get to where you had the car. And so, like, I was in the front, and, like, my two friends were flanking me in the back.
Like her posse,
Like my
like her
posse.
protection, okay? So that, like, basically made me mad because she should have come out the house by herself. It was like between mother and daughter, we were going to get this straight. I didn't want to embarrass her in front of her friends, but I didn't expect the posse, okay? And so she really had, like, girls, like, flanked around her, like, basically, like, you're not going to touch our friend. Like, please, okay? So I'm just sitting there, like, really, like, just watching, like, in amusement, like, really? Like she's not picking up her pace. She's not running. She's not apologetic.
Running.
She's just walking, laughing, like I said, turning around, walking backwards, making sure she heard every tidbit of a conversation. And basically, I was just like, Taylor, like, get in this car. So basically, they're all, like, all hugging each other, like they'll never see each other again. All this drama. Like, they knew she was in trouble. They were, like, basically hugging her, like, support. Like, it's going to be okay. Like, drama, teenage girl drama. I was just getting on my nerves. So finally, she got in the car, and I was a van. I was driving, then there's a passenger seat. She had enough sense not to sit in the passenger seat.
I was not sitting in the passenger seat.
Smacking distance.
I was sitting in the back.
She sat in the back. Okay, so I told she closed the door. It was probably like a chamber. Okay, like where she heard the door because she knew like her days were numbered at that point. So we finally pull out. And we're driving down the road, and then we just started having conversation. And the more conversation we had, the madder I was getting. And she had, again, the spirit of that girl on her. So it was very flippant answers, taking her time answering. If I asked a simple question like, "How was your event?" Like she might have a mirror adjusting, putting on her lipstick. Didn't I answer that already? Yeah, but I'm asking you again. How was the event? It was good. I mean, just fresh, like just disrespect, like I was not having
I
it.
don't
okay?
remember such a thing.
Just fresh. So now we're on
I
the
do
road.
remember, though, you telling me you were going to send me to boarding school or boot camp or something that can't be trusted.
Yeah, all the
you
drama.
were sending me away somewhere.
Like I had, like
and I was like hollering, like, for what? For going to my friend's house?
yeah, just asking, talking back, fresh, trying to make sense of something that made no sense. Like I'm really gonna send her to boarding school. I don't even know of a boarding school. I have no money
you
for a
were
boarding
sending
school.
me to military school and boarding school.
All extra.
Just
that
drama.
parents do. So we're on the highway and we're driving, and it was a Sunday, so it was like pretty sparse traffic, and so we're like at a pretty good clip. and then we were talking, and what was the conversation that...
I don't know. We were just going back and forth, and things were like just really like just getting just loud in the car. And it's almost like, you know, when like you go that one extra sentence that you wish you could take back, because you were taking it. We were in the car for a good 20 minutes just going back and forth, and like I'm thinking, okay, this is good, this is kind of as bad as it's going to get. And so like the more you basically didn't check me for my attitude, the more I was just like, you know, okay,
the more mouth
like
she was getting.
I'm not getting in trouble. So I guess I went one sentence too far, and you skid it like 3 lanes.
We were like on a highway. You know how you have the fast lane, then you have the middle lane, then you have the first lane. I went from the fast lane
all the way to like the breakdown lane.
I was like, you know what? I got out the driver's seat, came around to yank open the chamber. Okay, gone. Okay, girl was gone.
When the car stopped and she jumped out, I was like, she was pulling this side, I was pulling this side.
But by the time I got over, she had jumped out the car and was running down a very, very, very busy highway. Okay, and then looking even worse. Okay, you're gonna hit me. Okay, as cars are like,
because you jumped back in the car, you're driving beside me, like get in this car, get in this car. And I'm like, you're gonna hit me.
Yeah, because she took off. I knew I wasn't gonna run on the highway after her, so I got in the car because I knew the car would go faster than I could run. So I was just like, Taylor, get in this car. And she's like, no, you're gonna hit me. Like, so that cars that could drive by could see like somebody's like trying to attack this poor little curly head innocent girl running down the highway. And I'm like, get in this car before somebody sees us. I'm scared. Okay, and then she had on, who remembers Steve Madden?
Oh my gosh, I had my expensive Steve Madden heels on, and when I jumped out the car, I wasn't running fast enough, and I was like, she's gonna catch me, so I kicked my expensive heels off in the grass area, and I was just like running.
To this day, I don't know where my heels are. And I never replaced them, so I said, that's what you get. I said, that's the punishment. So you kick them heels off. I saw one laying on its side, I didn't pick it up, and I don't know where the other one went, and I kept saying, get in this car, get in this car, and you would not get in the car. So then I called her father up, and I'm like, Jay, I'm like, Taylor, I said, me are having it out on I-95, and I said, she's not getting in the car. So basically, like, put him on speakerphone, and he was basically like, Taylor, because he's from Boston, so he has like Boston guy, Taylor, he goes, just listen to your mother. He told me to keep driving, stay away from her to get in the van in the way back, stay away from me, and neither one of us say a word to each other. We had to put him on speakerphone in the car the whole time. It was silent. He was on speakerphone, and he's always just kind of like a jokester, so just like making small talk. So what did everybody have for breakfast today? And so what do we want for Christmas? Just silly stuff just to keep the conversation light. And then he's like, just don't touch her, bring her home, and just the whole time, the rear view mirror. I'm just looking daggers at her. Just looking daggers at her, okay? And then finally, we got home, and she was in one piece. She got out the car, went flying inside, and then I got out the car, and now we laugh about it, but at the time, I was livid.
It was not funny. And then you were standing at the bottom of the stairs, like, get upstairs, and like I had to get upstairs, I had to walk past you, and so I'm like, ducking, like, trying to get up the stairs. One of our better moments. But yeah, that's the me running on the highway. That wasn't our first debacle with me jumping out cars. Yeah, we did it about two more times after that.
Yeah, and I always get your dad involved. And one time he was sound asleep, worked all day, sound asleep, wasn't thinking about nobody. I was on his little mind. He was sleeping, and so I came in, and me and you had it out. And I basically told you to get out the car, and you got out, and I sped off down the street, sick to death of you, and then I got home, and I knew I was dead wrong for her. I mean, I'm her mother, you know, and I was scared for her, but I couldn't let her know that. Little did I know, she was sitting at the police department.
Yeah, you dropped me off in front of the police department.
No, I dropped her way off down the road.
Oh yeah, and I walked
to the police department.
It was like the library, the police department. I sat at the library just staring at the police department.
Like, should I turn her in or shouldn't I? Should I turn her in or shouldn't I? Thank God you didn't. But I went home, and then I'm like, Jay, and he was sound asleep. I'm like, if you're looking for Taylor, she's on the 111. Like, as if he was looking for her. He was sound asleep, but it was just like my way of kind of like getting him involved, because I wasn't going to go back and get her, but I wanted him to know where. He's like, hon, you got to stop doing that. So.
Ashley here said I was doing the Kiki challenge before it was popular. Hopping out cars, totally not safe. Totally don't recommend it.
But you did it better than any Kiki person could do. You jumped out in heels.
I was gone.
Okay, kicked the heels off and kept running.
I was out.
Yeah, in one swift motion.
Because you were like, you know what? Yeah. And I didn't want to find out what.
I'm like, I know. You know what? I got that car on a dime. I said I had just about a few little colorful words.
Yeah.
Before my save days, guys.
For Christ. Yeah. So funny.
Gladys Lopez, don't kill me. I know I'm late. Everybody just strolling in.
Hey.
Like Taylor with her posse. Do you? 106 Andy, she has a New York accent? Wow.
On a D-I-M-E.
On a D-I-M-E. I sure did. On a dime. Them brakes worked real good.
Those brakes work.
I wish they worked as good when I tore up the first Jeep I had. When I went, remember I told you guys last week?
You went
the week
down that
before,
hill?
I went down that hill, skirted those school buses, bump, and then went over that meridian and hit that tree. But all of our lives were saved. That was weird. But you know, them brakes weren't working. But that day, them brakes were working.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Felicia rolling to child locked doors would have been great. I would have been so scared
I know.
to try to get out and I couldn't.
To think of it that you even try to escape me, to be stuck in the car, yeah, that would have been real good.
Because I mean, you must
Plot
have,
twist.
right? You must have been some type of mad to skid 3 lanes. Like, can you imagine if you had like actually like got me? Oh my gosh, I would have been so scared to go for the door and not have been able to open it.
Callie's here.
Samantha Ivy's here. TJ Lightfoot's
really?
here.
Samantha Ivy strolling. Oh, okay, there she is.
But the Lord didn't see fit for the doors to have child locks on it. I was able to escape.
But God.
But God, there was a way of escape. For you to calm down a little bit.
Right, I know. I know they always say you never give you too much temptation. There's always a way of escape.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like what you were about to do, it just escalated to a whole new level. Now I jumped out the car.
Yeah, but you've always been dramatic like that. You always just like run. That's just like your stress reliever. You just run from places. So many schools have called me at times, Mr. Wesley, everything's fine. Taylor, you know, we were doing such and such a thing, and she just took off. We're gonna find her. Everybody's out looking for her. We know she's on the premises. One time you went to a camp, or like in 6th grade, you do this.
Because
2 or 3
people
day
bullied
thing.
me, and I wasn't gonna
baby.
stay in the room while I was being bullied.
I know, but you always took off. You always ran. And I always got phone calls about you running.
You did. One day you like flipped out at me and you said basically that if I didn't stop running, I was gonna run into a pedophile. You were like, you were something along those lines. But yeah,
you're gonna run just right into a good old pedophile one day. You keep running like that. You keep running.
Yeah, no.
Who's going to sleep tonight? Good night, Lisa.
Night night.
Angela Morrison is always a welcoming committee.
When did you get bullied in school? It started like 4th grade. 4th grade, 4th and 5th grade. So it was like 4th grade and then like half of 5th grade, and then we moved from that school because it got bad.
Yeah, the really bad bullying happened in Connecticut, but in California it was just that little tit for tat. Remember I had to bring the lollipops to the school, the ring pops.
No, but
and I remember I said, not for you, none for you, out the way please. Because the little girls were being mean to you.
Yeah. There was some girls, 3rd grade, that were being mean to me. So you came in one day with like a whole bunch of sweets or lollipops or something.
Remember those cute, great big gaudy ring pops, great big diamond, and then the little ring slipped on.
And you gave one. You gave one to everybody except the bullies.
And so she was like all drooly and looking like ready to put her hand. I'm like, excuse me, not for you, not for mean girls. I said, this is for only little girls that are nice. Excuse me, out the way.
But yeah, no, the real bad bullying was 4th and 5th grade. So much so we had to move from like the town.
Yeah.
That was when it was bad.
Yeah, I know. I learned them girls. You don't mess with my baby.
Question: is your town multicultural or predominantly white or black? Just curious. It's predominantly white.
Predominantly, like
really predominant.
Like the schools are like 1%.
Other
and other includes black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian.
Like anything else is all in the other, the 1%.
Yeah.
do you think you all will stay in Connecticut, or do y'all want to move again at some point?
I'm from Connecticut. I was born and bred, so I am definitely a New Englander. Born and bred, I always say. So people always say, who moves to California and moves back? And I always say, Exhibit A, I do. California was nice, but no, I'm a New Englander. I love the change of seasons. I love New England. You were born in California. You just love California.
I want to live in California. I want to live in Santa Monica, near the pier. That's my dream.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you have to come with me because like when I get married and have kids, like I want you to be there.
I know.
So, like it's like
I know.
It's either like I have to stay in Connecticut or you have to come.
No, I
wherever I go.
I wouldn't let you go without me. Like I totally would be with you. So, but it's not my dream. I don't want to go to California. That's not my wish.
It's not my dream.
I lived there. I lived in Northern for 5 years. I lived in Southern for like 2 or 3, and then I moved like way up north, like Santa Rosa area. And so California is nice, but nope, I'm a New Englander. What else? I love New England, but I want to live in Cali. What parts of New England have you been in? 106 Andy. Who's been in New England?
The church fan is hot.
Oh, so Deborah Bonner said my friend Lisa moved to Connecticut. Do you know what part?
Bye, D. Curly.
Bye, D. Curly. Thanks for coming. Oh, 106 Andy, you're from Boston? Okay, I love Boston. I love Boston. It's so historical. Like all the little things to do there. But yeah, no, my husband, he's so proud of the fact that he grew up in Boston. He loves Boston.
He loves Boston.
Yeah. Oh, up with the Bronx. Okay.
You gotta tape it.
Oh, it's by a lake. Sorry, I can't remember. Everything looks like a picture, a portrait. I don't know. I don't know of any, I don't know of any particular lakes. There's always like bodies of water.
Yeah, different like rivers and ponds.
I'm moving to Cali. I might bring my mother along with me. Don't want to leave her hanging.
See, you're a real one. It's gonna
Bronx
be me.
in the house.
When I make it, we make it.
I know you always say that. I know you reached back, girl, and you got your mama.
I did.
You did.
Wait till we make
never forget you for it.
Oh, of course we'll. We'll be ungrateful by tonight.
I sure will.
By midnight.
I was going to say by midnight.
By midnight, you'll be ungrateful.
I know. Like, you never do anything for me.
I always wondered where your nice accent was from. Do we have an accent?
So
The
funny.
people think we have an accent.
People think I have an accent. I know. I didn't hear it as much as I heard it when I lived in California. Where was I from? And they thought I was from New York, and I said, no, I don't talk like a New Yorker at all. But they could detect something, and I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
What do we sound like?
Right? Like, like, you know when people are from the South, like you can hear?
Yeah, I love Southern accents.
Do you know?
I do.
Oh.
But I wish I had an English accent.
English accents
You couldn't
are
tell me
so
anything,
nice.
girl, with my curly hair.
With your curly hair and your English
My English
accent?
accent,
No.
yeah.
Couldn't tell you anything.
Samantha Ivy, you thought I was from New York? Did you? You hear New York? No, it's definitely not New York. It's slightly different. Somebody, when I was in California, said that somebody could pinpoint exactly, almost like the town, or the state in New England where you were from. Like they would be able to tell I was from Connecticut. They could distinguish that from, say, maybe Rhode Island or what other from Boston. I mean, they were that like on point with the way people spoke, and I just thought it was very fascinating.
How can y'all afford to live in New York? Yeah, like Manhattan and stuff. Side note, sidebar.
Yeah.
This is the best Friday night I've had in a while. LOL, you ladies are the best. Oh my god. We're so glad we can provide some Friday night entertainment. I'm glad we covered some of our old stories. That was funny.
There's different parts of Connecticut. We live in Fairfield County, which to me is pretty pricey. There's other counties, like there's New Haven County. There is, what other counties are there in Connecticut? The further up you go, the more affordable it is. But Fairfield County is the most outrageous.
Does Hartford have a county?
Hartford County, I
Hartford
believe.
County?
Yeah.
New
So,
Haven?
New Haven.
New Haven
I
County.
think it's New Haven County.
Maybe.
But Fairfield, I didn't realize how expensive Fairfield County was until I moved to California and saw just like little things. For instance, like say baby food, little jars of baby food here were like maybe 45 cents each, and maybe in California they were 33 cents. It's not a huge difference, but it was things like that that I noticed the price difference of things. Yeah, Litchfield County is another county. Yeah, so little things. So Fairfield County is pretty expensive to live in, but it's where I was born and raised. I didn't live in Monroe as a child, but I did live in Connecticut in Fairfield County, and I like Connecticut.
Yeah. I like Connecticut because you're here. That's about it.
You like what?
I said I like Connecticut because you're here. That's about it.
Westchester.
But
Yeah,
don't
Westchester
let
County.
me get some real money though, because we are out of here to sunny Cali.
Oh, New Orleans.
So we'll have a tan all year round.
I know. I said today we got to run back outside and get some more
Yeah.
color just before it starts waning.
When I was sitting in the car, like this whole side of my body was like tanning because I was driving, and I was like, you know, this whole arm is gonna be darker than my other arm because it's just sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
And it was when I got to the gym, it was like red compared
Yeah, I
to the other
haven't
side.
purposely. I think it's just the in and out, just jumping out the car, going inside, going into it. Because I do not sit out in the sun. I was obsessed the last 2 or 3 years, slathering on. I think we even have vlogs where I'm just slathering
on sunscreen, and I'm like, can you like,
stop.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm tired of seeing sunscreen streaks on your face, and you were like, I'd rather have sunscreen streaks than wrinkle streaks.
Then this year, I was terrible with it. I wasn't as on point.
Oops. You good?
Okay. I wasn't on point or as obsessed with all that extra because it would mess up my foundation underneath. Like not foundation as far as makeup, but like anything I would put on my face, all that extra. I know that's like all vain. I need to be putting on sunscreen, but whatever at this point. But
This I sound like I'm from the New York and New Jersey area sometimes.
you
Interesting.
do?
Yeah.
Remember the other day I picked out a word that you always, I say you don't say for, you say fur. You say fur. I'm like, why do you say fur? And you're like, no, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. And then like you kept talking. Then we were going over the videos to see where in the videos you say fur. And I'm like, it's for, and you say fur. Maybe that's like an accent. I don't know.
And I'm like, Ma, we filmed like over 160 videos together, and you've never corrected me for saying fur instead of for? Like, what?
Do you have extended family in Connecticut? Not at all. Well, my mom lives here, but and my sister, my brother, but no, a lot of my family's in the South, and a lot of my husband's family's in California. He's from California. He moved here because I was here. When I met him, I moved to California after having lived and grown up in Connecticut my entire life.
I see lint somewhere. I saw it.
And I met him and moved to California for years, and that was a big change. But I wanted to move back. You said Lent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yes. But I always wanted to live back in Connecticut.
See, Mom, people never noticed it. Now they're all gonna pick up on when I say for. I'm saying fur. Fur. No, but I do. I'll be on the video like, I use this fur. Like, I say it. Never noticed it until you pointed it out.
Samantha, I mean, she'll point it out now. She'll notice it. Fur. Lent.
Oh, there's two. It's Lent and Lent. What did I say?
Of that handbag. That's funny. And they also say, what do they call sneakers?
Tennis shoes?
Tennis shoes. I call them sneakers.
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Or do they say like a pop for a soda? I'll take a pop.
Yeah, what else do they say in California that they don't say here? I said Lent.
Oh, you said Lent.
I said
it's Lent.
It's Lent. Lent.
Why did you change your accent? Like it's fancy, like you're bougie. It's Lent. It's
So,
Lent.
Lent. What's
Lent.
the difference between Lent? So Lent.
Lent is like a religious thing.
Lent. So I said you have Lent.
You said I had Lent. It's Lent. Lent.
Lent.
Lent.
L-I-N-T. Lent.
L-I-N-T, not
Oh, wow.
L-E-N-T.
I see. I'm gonna always be like conscious of that now. Lent.
Oh,
Is it
pop
le- is it
pop is a
Lent?
Midwest thing too, huh?
Is it Lent?
It's lint.
Why am I changing my
Why do you
voice?
like you're trying to sound like you stick your pinky out? It's
Lent.
lint. It's lint.
Lent.
Lint.
Lent. Lent is after Fat Tuesday.
Tuesday?
I never heard of that one.
What?
Okay, I heard of it as like the beginning, like the kickoff of like the Easter season, Lent. 'Cause I remember in
You said
in school,
kickoff of the Easter season.
like in school when we were in Catholic school, we got the little Lent, the Lent boxes. You had to put your little coins in there. That was like your sacrifice for Easter. And
Okay.
then you had to come in, and some kids always came in. They had so many coins that they had to have like double wrapped, double elastic, plastic bags. I mean, just showing off, okay? And I was from a single parent family. Like every time it would fill up, my mother needed to borrow it. Like, you know, she had to buy put food on the table. So I went back in. You could hear the jingle of the Lent boxes. I hated the Lent boxes because I knew mine would never go back full. Some were just bursting with money, but mine never was bursting. But some were just showing off plastic bags, garbage bags, hefty bags, and mine just came back in intact, all nice and neat. I had nothing to put in it.
What's considered the Midwest? That's like is that like Kansas and like South Dakota and like all those places that I didn't know people really lived in?
What is Fat Tuesday? I never heard of Fat Tuesday.
I've heard of Thirsty Thursdays, but that's like a college thing.
Really? I'm surprised that the politically correct people haven't gotten on Fat Tuesday. They must not know about it because I've never heard of Fat Tuesday.
What
What's
is it?
Fat Tuesday? I have no idea.
Oh, also known as Mardi Gras. I'm saying it's Mardi Gras.
Oh, why do they call it Fat Tuesday?
Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio.
Is it because you eat a lot?
Oh, okay, I see.
I think it's going to be the Essence 25th anniversary. Really? Okay. Thirsty Thursday. What's Thirsty Thursday?
Nothing I ever partook in.
Is that grossness that you said that? No, that you said Wednesday.
Yeah, no, it was like Thirsty Thursdays when everybody would leave the dorms and go out and drink, and like the bathrooms would be gross Friday
That's
morning.
disgusting.
I hated
when
that.
I heard that, I was just outraged. I just was like, that is
You
so,
were outraged.
Like, you go to college, you pay all that money, and your child wakes up, and the bathrooms are just all puked out. I had never heard of anything that disgusting
It was
in my
so gross,
life.
disgusting, in the sinks.
Yeah,
Like,
that is not a college experience. But I guess that's what college is. But no way.
So what happens on Fat Tuesday? You just eat? Is that why it's like? Do you eat a lot of food? Like before you have to give it up?
Give it to all your
I know
guilty
Denise Rivera.
pleasures.
She's so dramatic. She was outraged.
I was. It's beyond gross. So they want to know they missed it. Was it Melissa B? What do you have in your hair?
Oh, I have these Soultanicals Moisture Melon Guru in my hair and the Curls Blueberry Bliss Control Jelly. And this is my 6th day with that. It probably could look better, but I did a hairstyle yesterday, so it really stretched it out. What was the other product question? Oh, how many days did you go to? Oh, 6. This is day 6.
Okay.
Oh no, you go to parades and have a good time.
I don't think Fat Tuesday is a Catholic thing. It's a Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras? Mardi? Mardi?
Mom, why
Gras.
did you try to give everything like an accent? Marty, why are you rolling the D? Like, you keep giving everything an accent.
Mardi was because one of us was in said I'm Catholic and I didn't know about Fat Tuesday. I think we switched conversations. I think we were talking about the Lent box.
Yeah, no, because you were saying, yeah, Lent versus Lent.
Lent.
And I had lint in my hair,
Lent,
and you
lint.
said Lent.
Lent.
Lint. Little lint. Little lint. Little lint.
Okay, so now Samantha Ivy, do you speak French? Or do you have an accent? What kind of an accent do you have?
Who's foreign?
I want to know what we sound like. I wonder what we sound like.
I know. Okay, I'm sorry. Michelle Guzman, this is why I'm coming for you. Let her be. She doesn't let me be. She was talking about my foreign fur. Oh. And she just points things out. Like, we were just chilling one night, and she was like, "You say fur," and I'm like, "Huh?" You were like, "You say fur instead of four." Just saying. Like,
Good night.
Good night. I'm like, what? And you were like, "You don't say four. You say fur." I know somebody came for me in the comments, and I wasn't having it
And I wasn't having it either.
because they were like that.
I told folks.
I need to control my facial expressions like when my mom goes rogue
I know
and
it's
stuff.
cool, and I know you guys like love me when I go rogue and all that. But like if Taylor puts like breaks on it, like I so don't take offense to it. Like I don't think she's harsh. Like we give as good as we get.
We
and
totally
it's just
do.
The dynamic.
And someone was like, "You could do better at controlling your face."
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's the dynamic of our relationship. I mean,
What?
it's just number one, it's mother and daughter. Number two, it's me and Tay, and it's just we do everything the same, and it's just like a very unique relationship. We just say crazy things.
Yeah.
You know,
and we
to
would
each
never
other.
come on camera like disrespecting each other or showing out. Like we're always joking. Like
If we
we're
think
always
something's
joking.
inappropriate.
You're looking too
we
hard
would
at
never
it.
even have to film because they said
Yeah.
there's a process of filming and then the editing portion and then you release it. So if there's something so inappropriate, we wouldn't put it out there. So somebody said one time, looks like you guys have been arguing. Why in the world would we post something like that?
Except one
You know?
time, our
Yeah.
one and done on the something flew on me.
Yeah.
Sorry. The one and done mixed chicks leave-in.
Mhm.
We weren't ourselves at the end of the video, and I actually put writing there. I'm like, we're not getting
speaking.
along
Yeah.
right now. We're
Yeah.
not speaking.
So
So
we had to finish the video. It was we started in the beginning, and then when we say we'll be back if you want to see the looks, whatever, we'll be back. And when we came back, we were not on speaking terms.
Yeah.
We were like basically staring straight
all
ahead.
because you didn't want the Target frozen vegetables. We got an argument over Target frozen vegetables, and we came back. We had to film the end of the video, and we weren't even speaking. And I put it in the caption because we weren't ourselves. And I
Yeah.
was like, we're not getting along right now. Can you tell? Question mark. Like,
I was staring straight ahead like a deer in the headlights,
Yep.
just answering the questions.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, we'll answer questions, but questions about our relationship we don't answer.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
Don't look for anything because there's nothing to be found here.
There's nothing to see. Yeah, but I was like, no. I'm like, if you
That's the fun of it, Tracy
Yeah.
Williams. Like, I couldn't be funny if she wasn't funny. The things that come out of my mouth are only funny at times because of the exasperation. Like, she's like, "Mom, you really said that?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, that's the fun. It's the give and take. It's the relationship. You can't be funny without somebody being surprised about something that you said. So it takes your expressions, or you telling me not to do it, and me plowing through.
Yeah,
Is
and
where
it's
the
like I can't
humor
even
is.
control it because those are like my real life, like my real live, like how I feel, like in the moment, and like I'm very
'Cause
expressive
it's
just with
never,
my face.
ever
so.
scripted. You would swear. Where's the video the other day? I said you would have swore. Oh, I know. When I grabbed that heart off the wall in one of our videos, and now I said it's like I love Lucy. You would have swore that we planned that ahead of time. Like we just who has hearts just hanging around? But we were in your room, and you had that little board with just like high schooly stuff, and there was a heart there. So I just snatched it. I said this looks so
High schooly
scripted.
stuff.
I said, you would swear that we had this whole thing planned. I'm like, oh, let me see what I can find. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I grabbed a heart, and I'm like, that looks so fake, but it really
Yeah,
wasn't.
no, it's not.
It's just not rehearsed. It's not scripted. It's just us being us, and it's just raw and real. And so most of the things, all the things that come out of my mouth, you were never expecting.
Yeah.
It's never planned.
No, but if you ever think like either one of us are like being disrespectful or like we're mad at each other, like you're looking way too hard.
Yeah.
Because
you guys
it's
know me, you
always
know I would
fun.
never, ever tolerate it. I'm not going to have her making me look like a fool or like she can walk all over. I mean, I'm her mother, and like it's a mother-daughter relationship. We know a lot of little kids see it, and you have to show that respect. So it's just, but we're both adults, and it's just anything that we allow to go through, and it gets edited and put on our channel, we're okay with it, and there's nothing really to see there. It's just the fun of the video and what makes us Mad Curls. So.
Yeah, and she was like, I have to have more patience with you. Like, I've learned so much patience since you coming on this channel.
And you continue to learn.
Indeed, with your 2 hours of spot concealing your makeup. You know, I was taking 4 hours to get on camera.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it that you're 25 and you don't have things to hide, girl. I'm 50 and I have plenty to hide, and I have to hide it. Because these pictures go, they said the internet, you never can get rid of anything on the internet. And so now I'll be looking a hot mess for the rest of my life. No way. Not at all.
You're not having it.
Yeah, I'm not having it. Not having it at all. But I've loosened up a lot. Like there's some things last year I just would not be found on camera, and now just I don't care. I never would sit there with a plastic bag on my head when we first came on, and now I'm like, people put plastic bags on their head.
We go on with no makeup.
Yeah, I'm like,
Right.
people know what they look like when they wake up in the morning. Everybody's not a beauty queen. So, but it takes time when you're in the social media environment to get used to it. That at first everything had to be picture perfect, and now it's just whatever.
It is what
It's
it
just
is.
normal people. Everybody has the same issues. So that's the fun of it.
I don't know about all these little bats.
Yeah, I think it's the lights.
Yeah.
This is the time of year where like things are slowing down. Things like it's like August. So, and I hate this time of year because then the flies start flying slower because they're on their way out, and you can swat them in March and April. You couldn't swat a fly to save your life, but now it just basically is just sitting there begging you to kill it. Like, please take me. All right, so like it just
Please take
it just like I see a fly actually walking like across something. I'm like, wow, he's like really just
Chilling.
making me be able to swat the mess out of him. So it's just a lot of things are just around now.
Just around.
Yeah.
They're just flying a little bit too low. They don't like bugs.
Samantha, I said you both are so real. People said for years like we should have like a reality show, a TV show, but we just really take our lives and just let the camera roll and do our hair.
Can I separate this curl?
Yeah, as long as you don't frizz it. Because if you frizz it, I'm going to be annoyed. Because we still have 2 hours basically. And I'll be looking a mess. And then I'm going to have you do something crazy. Going to the light, Carol Ann. Poltergeist. That movie used to freak me out. Gross. Say what I mean.
You feel that?
I think I did. I don't
Ew.
know. I can't. Well, don't, please.
Okay.
Gross. I can't handle things.
It's Checkers dander flying around. He needs head and tails.
Right.
Y'all knew what I meant. What is it? Was it head and shoulders?
Yeah, it's lint.
It's head and shoulders and made and tail.
Because you must add Wi-Fi, Adam. I know. I said to him earlier, I said, Angela Marcinkovich, I said, is looking for you. And I'm like, so you might want to make your appearance, but he was not bothered.
Hi, Karen Spearman. And it's Ayana came in too. She went to the back of the room because she's late. I hope you guys have late passes. Anybody watch any good movies this week? All right.
People love their own celebrity. I can't.
I can't.
You must not understand the rules of this room. I can't handle things like that. I can't handle things like that.
Weirdos in the comments.
2 3 times a week too. Conrack, all that chlorine swimming caps don't help.
I haven't
Oh.
been in chlorine since I got my hair bleached the first time. Like, I don't even know how many years ago. I haven't been like in chlorine. My hair hasn't been in chlorine in at least 4 or 5 years. Like, I just don't do chlorine. I'm scared my hair's gonna turn green.
Yeah, because of like the highlights or yeah. I've never been a pool person. I know how to swim. I told you guys that experience when I went to camp. My mother had my hair all nice, and the moment they got down there, they told me, "Come on, like drop that foot locker and come on down to the lake." And that was it. My mother had gotten up early that morning, straightened my hair, put the 2 little braids, the ribbons, all that. Futile exercise and futility. Because the moment I got to that park, it was boarding camp for 2 weeks.
You tried to send me to camp.
I sure
Did I run away?
You did. And then the camp counselor came over to the house that night, and you just could not believe it. You were asleep on the couch.
Because you told me I didn't have to go back, and I was like sleeping peacefully, and then he came and
He
tried
just,
to
like,
get me to go
yeah,
back.
he woke you up, and you just like were startled. Like it must have been a nightmare. And there he was, just standing
Because
over
I was
you.
already like having to go to school with the bullies, and then that summer, like I had to go to summer camp, and it's like I couldn't escape them ever, and I just hated it. I hated
I
summer
literally
camp.
had to sit at camp
Yep.
with you.
You went with me
Yeah.
every day, like for
wanted
like
you
a
to
couple
get the
weeks, and then we
experience.
stopped. Yeah.
But so I was willing to sit there with you so that you could at least play with the kids. But you couldn't. You basically sat and talked to me the whole time.
Yep, I could barely play because I just kept looking to see where you were. I remember one time they took us on a field trip to a pool, and I could barely jump in the water without coming up to make sure you were still there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be so scary. It's so terrifying for kids. So maybe I gave in a little bit too much to that, but I don't regret it because kids are just kids for a very short period of time, and why can't you just give them a little bit of peace of mind?
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Yeah.
When I have my kids one day, my daughter Sophie, you already know. My daughter's name to be Sophie. She's got 2 little curly puffs. Like no bullies, nothing to upset her.
Yeah.
Not my Sophie.
None of that girl. Alright, so we were watching The Way We Were, Barbara Streisand. Okay, I saw that. Yeah, the bullies really were tormenting you today.
No, I was a basket case.
Yeah.
Like 4th and 5th grade, and it really did affect me all the way up I would say till about college.
No, I don't. I won't receive that. And like, not to be harsh, but Alma, Rosaria, I'm not a helicopter mom.
No, I wouldn't
I'm
say
really
that.
Because helicopter
Or like an
moms
authoritarian.
are pain in the ass, as my grandmother used to say. I'm really not a helicopter mom.
Yeah.
I'm just a mom that loves her kids and just wants them to enjoy the experiences like all other children and not have to go to school or any place, environments, parties, whatever, and be bullied. I just don't think it's necessary. But I'm not one of those that my child is always right, that I'm always yelling at the teacher, I'm always yelling at the principal, the school can do no right. I am not a helicopter mom at all. If anything, if I found out my child did something wrong, they have to go back to the school and apologize, right, wrong, or indifferent, because those are the adults. So I am not a helicopter mom.
No, there's she said something wrong with the helicopter mom. There isn't, but that wasn't you. There's like different types of like parenting styles, and like you really weren't like helicopter, like authoritarian. That was
more about discipline.
There was a balance.
Raising a decent young lady, raising two decent young men. Never coming to your defense like my kids can do no wrong. My kids did wrong all the time. I believe, or I let the world believe that I knew that they were children, and that if they said that they did something wrong, okay, I receive that and I will handle it. Okay, so it's not like well, I don't. My kids don't act like that, or they don't do that.
Faith Williams' mom, were you aware that she was being bullied? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You lived at the school. You really did. There were times like I wouldn't even go without you. Like you would sit outside the classroom. Like you would go to school with me.
Very stressful. That's the one part that I don't enjoy. That I didn't enjoy, and I'm glad it's over. And when I see school buses, it's very nostalgic for me. Especially, I think last year it was the hardest year. Now this year it's the second year of Adam in college, but when I see those school buses coming in a few weeks, it's like, wow, like I don't have any more kids in town that go to these schools anymore. They have gone through all of the schools in this town. We've been in this town for like 15, 16 years, and my kids have gone through all the school systems. So now you guys are college graduates.
This school system, we really I wasn't bullied once we moved, but I was just so sensitive to everything. So someone could look at me wrong, and I would burst into tears, or a girl would laugh, and I would cry and run out of the classroom. Like I was already so traumatized that everything, like I was triggered by like everything at that point. So
thanks, Samantha. I just you try to do the best, but I don't care for those parents that just feel like not my kid, because I know they, and I didn't believe in all this extra bringing the psychiatrist in. One time Adam did something at school, and they called me to the school, and I went in there, and they said, okay, Adam is like in the conference room. We're waiting now for the principal. They said the school psychiatrist. We're going to bring in like the school police officer. And I said, for what? For what exactly? And they said, we're going to have a meeting, and then we're going to meet again. I'm like, bring Adam out here. I said, we don't need any of that. I said, he's coming home with me. I'm not sitting in any meetings. I said, a school psychiatrist and a school police officer and the principal and the school whatever. You can't tell me a thing I don't know about my child. Bring Adam's tail right here now, okay? And I said, I'm going to handle this tonight, and he'll be fine tomorrow. And that's what I did. Bring my child to me, and I will handle it at home. I don't need a whole round table discussion about Adam at school, okay? There's not a thing they can tell me about Adam that I don't already know. Just a waste of my time and his. So I brought him home, and the next day he went on to school like a normal person and knew how to behave. Like, we're not tolerating this. I don't raise thugs and bullies or whatever he did, disruptive, trying to be clown class, draw attention to yourself. What's the problem? You need that much attention, honey? Okay, I can sit and stare at you all night if you need attention, honey. My eyes will be on you all night. But this going to school being disruptive, I am not having it. Wesleys don't do that, okay? We are not acting like that at school. And so all this round table discussion, that I wasn't standing for. And so I think all that's extra all the time, bringing in all this extra help at school. And these kids are still running amok in these schools. So nothing that I can handle at home.
Yeah. So Melissa D said, what did the school do about the bullying? Like how much can you do?
Not much.
Really? They would keep bringing us in, sitting down, talking. Things would be good for about 5 seconds, and they'd put us all in a room again, back to learning. And the kids would cut up, they would laugh. So, and I saw Samantha Ivy asked, why do I think that I was being bullied? So, the school was nice. It wasn't a town that was like predominantly white, but they were busing the kids in from like a separate city close by, and it was like those kids. So, like I was like kind of too black for the white kids, but too white for the black kids, even though like I don't have white in me, but like I didn't fit in on either side really. So I didn't really have a lot of friends, but those kids, they would like pull my hair, step on my shoes, get in my face, and I was ugly. I had a big forehead. I had this. I had that. My shoes were fake. My shirt, like my clothing, like it was just like everything.
Typical
Walk
bullying.
by, push your what are those things? You know, I had to buy, put like your pencil holder thing, like, you know, push it off the desk. You know, the teacher would say, okay, I'll be right back. You know, I have to go make some copies. And then the kids, like, you know, would all like get in my face while the teacher was out of the classroom. And I don't know why, really.
I think it's just a phase that you go through.
It was horrible, though.
And I hate to say everybody, because maybe across the board everybody doesn't, but there's always some part of school that's a miserable part, and it's the bullying part. It happens when they're very, very young, in kindergarten. It can happen when, you know, when they're in high school, the junior years. I think it happens differently for boys and for girls. It's just the worst part of school. I'm so glad it's over for my kids. That's the one part I don't miss. But I was there as much as I could be. And somebody asked what a helicopter mom is. A helicopter mom is a mother that basically, in my opinion, my definition is a mother that feels like her kids can do no wrong, that she's always attacking the school getting in the superintendent, the school can do no right, her kid is like the perfect kid, and she's just always there, she's on every field trip, she's just a pain in the neck, okay? You know, questioning the test scores, questioning the tests. They've been in existence since the 1950s, and now she want to revamp the school. Okay, it's just a pain in the neck mother, and that I was not like that. I was a hands-on mother. You better believe I was hands-on. These were my children going out of my house to a heathen place, as far as I was concerned. So I was going to make sure that I was there to see all.
Heathen place.
Because I didn't feel like they were being as protected, but they couldn't be because this one teacher overworked at a school, and just kids coming from all different backgrounds, all different homes, different raisings, different backgrounds, and so I was there to do my share, but definitely not favoring my child. If I was a room mother, Taylor did not get first at the art table. She did not get first with the snacks. You know, I wasn't that kind of a mother. She had to wait her turn, wait in line. I just wanted to be a part of the environment, just to look out for my child, but never a type of mother that my child was perfect. By no means was I ever like that.
Yeah.
No, because I wanted them to be raised, like I always say, you want to raise your children to be assets to society, not liabilities. And that's what my goal was, is to raise my children to contribute to society and not be and lock up for the rest of their lives. That's tragic to me. Because then at that point, because I think my husband's mother said one time that you're going to listen to somebody one day. So, you know, you might as well start at home, because you don't listen here, you're going to listen. There's going to be somebody you're going to listen to. And how tragic for that to be out of your control, that my child is now in the system and there's not a thing. As much as outspoken as I am, as much as I defend, as much as I talk, not one word could I ever say to get my child out of handcuffs one day if they were taken out of my home and put in a police car. Not one word. I'd have no control at that point. So, you gotta raise them up right.
Yeah, so many people are like relating in the comments. Yeah, no, around that time I had like purple glasses. That was 4th grade was when I got my glasses, so I had like these purple round like Harry Potter glasses, because I couldn't see. They made fun of my glasses because I couldn't see.
Yeah,
it was just rough.
I hate it. Was horrible.
It was.
It just like
and like you have to go. And like the teachers can't be with you like all the time, like, and it was just
This time of year, I absolutely hate it. Like most, you see the commercials on TV, and they're skipping through Staples and buying all the school supplies and singing it's the best time of the year. It was the worst time of the year for me, because my kids were coming out from underneath me all summer long, pools and parties, and just me and my kids 24/7. And now they're going back into that horrible school system. No matter where it was at, we live in one of the better towns in Connecticut, but still, you still deal with bullies no matter where you're at, because it's the raising and the home. Okay, and bad raising is everywhere. Okay, and so this time of year, I hated. This is like the best. I can't believe like the freedom I feel now that my kids are all grown up, and I see the school buses, and yeah, my little catch in my throat, like, oh, I wish my kids were on the bus, but no, I don't. No, I don't, because they were bullied on the bus from the moment that they would leave the house into such a small town that the bus would actually pull up in front of each house. Like our house is here, and I could spit and it would land on the neighbor's lawn. That's how close the houses are, and they're so like pampered in this town that the bus would stop there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I remember where I had to be all bundled up and walk for blocks to go to the bus stop. Not these kids. The bus stopped here, the bus stopped where I spit, the bus stopped where they spit. I mean, the bus stops were just like, but the bus ride, it was just horrendous, just the teasing and the bullying on the bus, and not wanting to sit with my kids on the bus, and you know, other just things. It just, I hated the school years. I'm so glad they're over.
It was almost like my hate for like school and how I was treated was why I actually became a teacher.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I really feel like teachers weren't really there for me, or they didn't do maybe as much as I wanted them to do. So like throughout like my student teaching experiences and my field placing experiences, I would always like, you know, keep an eye out for those kids who I knew were having like a rough time, and like have those conversations with them, like how to handle these issues, and you know, this time is gonna fly by, like it's not gonna last forever. Like I can't believe I'm on this side of it now, when at the time it seemed like, oh my gosh, like I still have like my whole life of schooling like ahead of me. This is gonna take forever, this is gonna be awful. But you know, looking back, but that's really why I became a teacher, and I went to school for teaching. Wow. To get the bullies.
I know Charles Ellis is, you let my parents tell it, they had to walk 15 miles to school in 10 feet of snow. I know. My grandfather had those stories. I know all the extra, but I did have to walk a long way. I couldn't believe how the bus stop would stop right here and then right next door. But I just hated it. I hated seeing my kids just walk down the driveway, because though that was like a pampered life, that, you know, door to door to door service, the horrendous ride. And then I told you guys that year that I went on that bus, and it was like right after, like I guess like around that 9/11, they called it like I was a terrorist or whatever, because they smacked my son, and I told that buggy to turn around and come on back. Okay, well the bus did. Well, if they couldn't do that, they couldn't allow me to come on board, then why did they do it? So I blame Laidlaw, because why would the bus, they were the one driving. I was just a parent that was upset, and I said, bring that buggy, tell that bus to turn on back around. I want to know what happened. And so they did, and then they pulled up in front of the house, and they opened up the door, and on the bus I climbed, and I said, who hit my son? And so all the kids were like, you know, kids, him, they're all like basically tattling, all tattletales, all, you know, throwing everybody under the bus. And I said, you? I said, it was you? I said, you see this face? I said, the next time you see this face, this is going to be child's play. So what's going to happen here? Okay, well, they said that was a terrorist threat. Okay, I was arrested for that.
You sure were?
I sure was. Next thing I knew,
the buggy, the paddy wagon,
the
constable.
Was here. Yeah, I wish the constable would have been there when my son was smacked, but no.
The sheriff came for you.
The constable. Adam said, Mom, the sheriff's here. Adam was 6 years old, and I felt like, okay, I'm like, I can't leave my child, and they're like, bring him with you. And so me and Adam went into the police car, and I was arrested because they said it was a terrorist threat. I didn't see it was a terrorist threat. I felt like, if I could not climb aboard the bus, why bring the bus back?
She sure did.
Why open up the door?
I think because our bus driver was like an old lady, and like she was fed up. She had been fed up with everybody on the bus anyway. So she was sitting there like, good, like justice,
yeah,
basically.
Like she couldn't handle them, so she figured like, okay,
yeah.
She knew kind of like my personality. She's probably like, good, she's gonna put it in place once and for all. And so when she opened up the door, then all the kids went home and told their parents.
And the kids were lying, and that's why like the story never, like you never really got any real trouble, because someone said you brought a gun, someone said you brought a bazooka, someone said you brought a knife. Someone said you had scissors. Like they all had like a different story of like a weapon that you had, and you didn't have anything.
I said the worst weapon was my mouth. And
yeah.
So, but anyway, it was it seriously was a court case, and so. Then what happened was the child that smacked my child, it was like the last day of school, it was that child's graduation day. And so I said, I want her arrested. That was assault. She assaulted my son, now she's going to get arrested. And they're like, oh ma'am, please don't do that, it's her graduation day. I didn't care nothing about that.
Because you were like, because she was pressing charges against you, so you were like, and all charges will be dropped all around if they're dropped all around. And they were like, well, she's not doing that. And you're like, well, I'm not doing it either.
So there we were. Like on the same day, like weeks later, we all had to meet up at the courthouse, and I saw her name on the docket, and I better had saw it on the docket, and it was, and my name was on the docket. And then, you know, you go before the judge and get 2 hours, do some sweeping in the community, whatever. But it was worth every bit of it. You don't put your hands on my child and get away with it. No, sir. No, ma'am, you don't. And so, nope. But that was really funny. It's funny how people types protect their own, you know, so, you know, oh ma'am, you know, to graduation day. Now having gone through graduation days with my own children, that must have been tragic. I was so excited, like 8th grade graduation and y'all know how I feel about high school graduations and college graduations and all that. So graduation day is huge. At the time, I didn't have that point of reference because my kids were babies. Adam was kindergarten and you guys were 4th and 5th grade, so I didn't know the impact of graduation day. But I learned over the years, too bad for her. That was too bad for her, you know, and too bad for them. They should have just dropped charges all around.
Because it wasn't really that serious.
It wasn't that serious. I did not go on the school bus. I'm not a fool with any sort of weapons. I went on there as an angry parent, and they should never have opened the door. and so I paid the price for that. But they should have said, okay, everybody's calmed down now. Let's all reasonably think. We're not going to press charges, because that very day, I heard, I think that's what probably gave me the gall to do it, because I heard that a parent had gone to the school and her child was being bullied, and she went up through
during lunchtime, cafeteria,
in the cafeteria, and physically pulled out the 4 girls that were picking on her daughter, yanked them up from their lunch tables, and lined them all up.
I saw her. She had like a couple by the arm like this, and she was dragging like people out of the cafeteria, like to the principal's office.
Nothing, of course, nothing ever happened to her. But let it be me. And so then that started a whole nother round of bullying, because then the next day everybody had the flyer, the police blotter, my face there, and they were passing it out on the school bus, which started a whole nother barrage of bullying.
Was your face in it?
I don't know.
It was the name, but people were like, "Is this your mom? Is this your mom? Is this your mom?"
And you know what? And then Ashley Harris, you gotta hold your head up high. So if you're on the news, don't be like, oh, hiding like this, walking through the, if you're gonna go to court, and I did. Go to court like you own the place. Own up to what you did. Yes, I did. I definitely did. Because I was sick to death of the school not doing anything. But I said my child was.
She held her head up high.
I sure did hold my head up high. There was nothing to hide. I had nothing to be ashamed of. I was a mother protecting her child. So, yep, I did as I tell you all to do. Don't ever let me catch y'all on the news with anything like this over your heads, okay?
Show your face on the news with your head held high.
Right? Good job, she said. So proud of you.
I can't.
Yeah. And for the longest, I don't think it's anymore, but for the longest, when you would Google my name, it would come up with that crazy. What are you doing?
Put my lipstick on.
Okay. I was the most dangerous woman in Connecticut. Yeah, right.
The most dangerous woman in the world amongst all the murderers.
I wore my tag proud. Don't mess with my kids.
What is it? Bad tally bomb. I'm not teaching at the moment, but when I was teaching 3rd, 4th grade. That's my favorite. I love 3rd, 4th graders.
Yeah.
But the little kids are nice too, like 1st, 2nd grade, because they like draw you pictures. At one point, my room was plastered with artwork from kids, from all the placements and stuff I did.
It's so funny how you look, or how they make us look, like when we do summer camp or something.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. Look who decided to show up, sashay in. Good old Amanda. Said she's gonna be fashionably late.
Oh, so with the Aquarius. Hey.
How do you pronounce your name? Is it Badatali Bomb? Can you phonetically spell that?
Badatali Bomb.
Is it Badatali Bomb?
Badatali Bomb has a system. She puts a million emojis, so we make sure we see her comment.
Is it? She's a picture. Is it? I don't know.
Badatali Bomb looks like it's a man in the picture.
Yeah, that's
with some tattoos and muscles.
Hey, everyone is on here. Hey, everybody makes their presence known. Putting the school again. I know, right? But that's what was extraordinary.
The roles switched. So, like, I'm not like a little kid, like stuck. Like now, I'm like the adult that can help a kid. So.
But you're more sensitive to it. So when you see a little kid on a playground kicking rocks with his head down, looking lonely, you know how to maybe call another child over and find like the common ground. So what do you like to do after school? And then you can kind of get the conversation. Whereas back when you were in school, teachers were out there talking, gossiping, not paying attention. Kids were steadily beating you up, tripping kids on the playground. But you're more sensitive.
That happened one time during my student teaching. I was sitting in the room eating lunch with the teacher I was working under, and I just happened to turn my head and look out the window, and I saw this one boy just scuffling along like by himself, and I closed my lunch up, and I was like, I'm gonna head outside, and like I had to get him some friends or like figure something out, because he was just walking by himself. And
so I think
like, it was so
that you're so sensitive to that. So I think I was very surprised when you said you wanted to be a teacher, because I'm like, who would want to go back into a school system? But the fact that you were so bullied, you know the telltale signs, and you know a child that's struggling and what to look for. Because teachers, it's they go, and some, I mean, I'm not saying all across the board, But unless you've really been through it, you just really can't understand. You don't see the telltale signs. You don't see a child that's being a loner because they don't know how to make friends or they don't know how to reach out. You know the feelings. You know what it feels like to not want to go to school. A child's not sick all the time. Why are they always home? It's because they don't want to go to school.
Mhm.
You know, they're not a bad delinquent child. If they skip school, they're not bad. They're just afraid to go. And so instead of always cracking down with punishment, people need to get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one kid during my placement. He was the bully, but then I'm like, but they said like the year before, like
Good night, Michelle.
he wasn't like that. I'm like, so something must have happened to him that now he like attacks other people, and like I kind of got to the problem. Like, so he was bullied, and then he turned into the bully. Like, you know, there's always like sometimes like, you know, reasons for stuff or why people act, you know, the way they act. And
Yeah. You know, definitely it does because they, yeah, that's like, who said that? Hurting people hurt people.
yeah.
You know.
Because I'm like, if people were saying like, you know, last year, you know, you were the nicest kid. I'm like, and this
Mhm.
year you're always being dragged out of here by the principal. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What-
It's like almost like they
what
go
happened?
home and they get a little bit of courage over the summer and they're like, they're coming back to school and they're not going to tolerate it. Like, it's going to be like a new year, new them. And sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's not, you know, because
Yeah.
they just about had enough of it. But I think sometimes it just takes time. I've noticed, I watched my kids and I know that certain grades are rougher than others. I think by the time they get to high school, it really should be over. Kids just kind of seem to find themselves, and yeah, they do have their cliques and stuff. I think for girls it's still a little pain in the neck-ish, but
Mhm.
for guys, and I had 2 sons, and so I was kind of glad that it was a little bit over. Adam found his crew, you know, people that he gravitated towards, same similarities. Spencer was pretty much always a loner, and he was okay with that. And so they found like their little footing in high school. And with you, it was like a little rough road, but not as rough as those fourth and fifth grade years. Those were like the worst.
And then college is where like I really feel like I found myself. It's like, yes, like
yeah,
it's like a whole new experience. Like, you know, you can almost like reinvent yourself. I'm like, these people don't know me. It's a whole new experience. Like, you can start over, and it's
Yeah.
just, it's great once you're done.
Oh, Miss SCT, we're so busy talking. Hey, girl. See, who else has shown up here? Karen Spearman's got some words of wisdom. I told her that's not how you look on the outside, it's how beautiful you are on the inside.
Absolutely.
Because I remember I told you guys weeks ago that when Taylor was a little girl and people would always come up and say she was so pretty, and then she'd put her little hands on her hips and she goes, I know, oh my gosh. I broke that habit very quickly. I said, you do not say I know. I said, you say thank you. I said, that makes you look instantly ugly when you say I know. I said, when somebody pays you a compliment, I said, the next words out of your mouth is to say thank you. You know, act, you know, like a little bashful, like, oh my God, thank you. You know, like that, but not, I know. That's horrible. I said, that makes you just go from 0 to 100.
I don't
homely.
recall the events in question.
Homely.
I don't recall ever doing that.
That's an ugly spirit. I don't like that. So, yeah, it's not the look on the outside. Looks fade, but it's the inner spirit.
Absolutely.
That's what I always say. My daughter is beautiful inside and out, Karen.
That's really like why you have to look for like the person on the inside, because like you said,
do.
looks do fade, and you know, sometimes in high school, like you can be like superficial, you know,
Yeah.
even with like dating and stuff, like so superficial. But now, like, you gotta
it's
look
so funny how now
for the
we're looking.
character.
Facebook is a unique tool, and it's so funny how those people that you one time thought that, you know, they had them glory days and they were running with football and they were running with pom pom cheerleaders. They look like they wore 2 sets of bodies
Running
now.
with pom poms.
Yeah, you know, really, some people have had some hard lives, and so my grandmother used to say they wore out 2 sets of bodies, okay? And so it's funny how people that you will see, even in your class, as close as your class is, I don't even think, have you met your 10th yet?
No, but we did. We did have a 5-year. 2 years ago, we had a 5-year
They look
high school
hard.
reunion, and I was like, y'all, we're not 25 yet. Like,
Wow, hard.
like hard lives,
Mhm.
hard college life. Like,
Hard,
wow.
hard. Hey, Tay Curls. I know, I couldn't believe it either, Lady Jess, but so it was. She couldn't believe they arrested me for that. They sure did.
I mean, anniversary. Let someone invite me to my 5-year reunion. I'll stunt on everybody. I sure did. I went to my 5-year reunion. I showed out for no reason. I remember I had a hot pink dress on, and it was in the summertime, so I had a tan. So I was like really tan. I had highlighter on. My hair was popping because when I graduated from high school, I was transitioning, so my hair looked crazy. And like during high school, I was like basically transitioning, so I had a million different textures going on in my head, and I was a little heavy. I wasn't really popping, but once my 5-year reunion rolled around, like I had to make sure I showed out, and I was definitely the most dressed there. I rolled up in like this hot pink dress and these heels. I looked tropical. It was like
Your Steve Madden heels?
Yeah, yeah.
Cover them up the highway?
Yes. No, not my Steve Madden heels.
Okay.
But no, I definitely had to show out for no reason at my high school 5-year reunion. I was dead serious.
I'll tell you my story. Yes, Moneybag's mother was arrested. Yes, LoriAnne was.
And all the guys that like ignored me, that like, you know, I never had like prom dates. I never had dates. I never dated anybody that actually went to my high school while I was in high school. Like the boys weren't checking for me in high school. But at my 5-year reunion, after that, my Facebook messages were flooded. And I was like, y'all can just all exit. Because where were y'all when I didn't have a date to ring dance? Where were y'all when I didn't have a date to prom? Where were y'all when I didn't have a date to football game? Nowhere to be found.
Smith Ivy, not gonna be here next week. I thought you lived in New Orleans. Is it New Orleans? New Orleans. The New Orleans? I need my accent tonight.
So
I thought she
see auntie. I knew you were my auntie. Hashtag thug life.
Oh, and the story, as we're talking, the story's being spread.
Yeah.
Of my arrest,
I think
my arrest record.
There's a little lag time. Yes, the glow up.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, looking back at pictures, I was like a little chubby, and I had my transitioning hair, and my makeup kind of looked crazy, but I was like 5 years later, you know, I've gone to college, had my confidence built. I was like, let me show up to this reunion, you know, have a little glow up, like a little moment.
I didn't see it. I thought you were cute in your time when you had the little chubby face you thought. I thought that was such a cute picture of you.
No, Mom, it wasn't cute.
Okay. I thought it was cute.
Okay. You always think the pictures of me that are like busted are cute.
I don't have tattoos.
Who has?
It says, so LoriAnne,
Where's your tattoo? You wanted to get one though, but you never did.
No, that I said that jokingly. I never.
Your bracelet, no?
Well, maybe in my 20s, I used to do the firm workouts, and there was a girl out there that had one that I thought was so unique. Cause I always think that you have to have like a whole sleeve or a whole chest or a whole leg, or you know. But I never saw one just so simple. You know how I always wear? I don't have it now. I took it off. The bracelet I always wear. Well, you know, I always wear like these little thin black bracelets on my arm, and so I use the elastic bands to wear on my arm as bracelets. So this girl that used to do the firm workouts had a tattoo, just a black tattoo as a bracelet. But I am so glad I never did that, because now I'm 50 and I can never take it off, though I still continue to wear my black bracelets. But I don't know, things that start off here in my 20s it might be on my bicep by now, so who knows, things move and switch and all that. So no, I never it's people's business what they want to do, but I've never been a tattoo person at all. And I always told you guys as minors, as kids, like even when you turn 18, I said just wait till you get a little bit older before you make such a decision like that. I said because you're in a certain time in your life now, and you might think it's just everything you want. I said, but you are going to get married one day, you are going to have children, you're going to want to wear like strapless dresses and things with your arm out, whatever. And if you have a great big tattoo, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But personally speaking, I think sometimes it takes away from a pretty dress or black tie affair or whatever. I just think I just didn't want that on. And once you move out the house, you can do whatever you want to, but I just was never for that. I didn't support that at all.
You didn't, girl.
Nope, I didn't. My mother didn't support a lot of things.
You let me get some piercings though. I got to get my ears pierced, and I got a second hole, and then I got my cartilage, and after like all kind of back to back. And after that, you're like, okay, that's enough. Like you're done.
Let's not overdo
You're done.
it. Yeah, no, the cartilage thing that was big, right, for me. Right?
Yeah, the cartilage. But I like don't even wear it
piercing.
now because like it's annoying in my hair. You can never see it anyway, so I like to get out, and I don't really wear my second hole. I just
none of all that.
Yeah.
That I couldn't do all of that. The belly piercings and all those things. I didn't do all that.
That's what I wanted to know.
I'm glad that you are kids that are listening, because sometimes kids are like, I'm 18. Well, you're still under my roof, though. I don't care if you're 18. 18 doesn't mean, it means this much to me. Okay, this much. doesn't mean a thing to me, 18. Don't get excited because you have a little 1 and a little 8 by your name, okay? That does not excite me
Don't
at
get
all.
excited because you have a little 1 and a little 8.
Yeah, because kids always think, I'm 18, and that means nothing. Okay, you're still under my roof, and I still have to watch you walk by with different things that I don't necessarily want to see. Now, if you want to go up and put I've seen some people turn into Spider-Man. I've seen people walk in the streets.
Mom, Spider-Man.
They do. They tattoo themselves. Their whole face is a web.
Spider-Man doesn't have tattoos.
But they turn themselves into Spider-Man with tattoos.
Okay. Or like
they shave their head,
Lizard Man.
like Lizard Man. Yeah.
But he like cut his tongue.
Like, does he ever plan on working? You know, like, or sometimes
he's Lizard Man.
Yeah. And so people will do things like that, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want to, as long as you're not under this roof. But as long as you're under this roof, I don't necessarily want to see you all tatted up. That's just me. That's just me. But everybody has opinions about something. That's just where I stand on that particular issue with my kids. But everybody's grown; they can do what they want to do.
Yeah. I don't mind tattoos.
No, you never did.
But I mean, at this point, like now, I don't want any tattoos. But
yeah,
like,
and then I always ask you, I always say to you, I said, aren't you glad that when you were 18 and you were so adamant about it that I stopped you? I said, 'cause now,
I did want one though. I wanted one
Yeah.
on my spine, like going straight down.
Yeah, and I'm like, now aren't you glad that that the wiser heads prevailed? Because now when you're in different environments.
No, I never give you credit.
Yeah, no, you never give me credit, girl. But now that you hang on different environments and you want to be a school teacher and so, you know, to certain things, it just makes the parents that you have to maybe meet with that night. Maybe it's just me, but my eyebrow would just kind of like just raise like a little bit. Just if I just, you know, because you try to hide it as much as you can. I even think now, like, you know, being in church and you're raising holy hands, and then I have my bracelet tattooed from in my 20s. I mean, it's just me. 50 years old, old-fashioned way of thinking, perhaps, but it's just the way that I think, and it's what I instilled. Well, not so much. I don't know if I instilled it in you, but it was what the rules under this roof. Now, when you go out, I told you to turn Spider-Man, but under my roof, I don't want to see your head.
Technically, it would be Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman. I don't want to see your head tatted up. I want to see you as I gave birth to you.
But that's just you in your old ways. Girl.
It is me in
I
my
don't
old
like
ways.
tattoos, girl.
It is me in my old ways, and so that's the give and take of our relationship. It's mother and daughter, and it's like I give in on something. I pick my battles.
Yeah, those was your thing. You pick your battles.
I am so lenient. I feel like I'm like hardcore. I am so not. My attitude is always not bothered. Do you, girl? Because I'm gonna do me. I am really not hardcore when it comes to raising. Certain things I stand firm on, though.
Mm-hmm.
Things I feel that are life altering or that can make a change. Like tonight, I was having a talk with Adam, and I was seeing, you know, YouTube and you watch videos and all that, and people picking wrong friends. So there's like this whole drama thing. We told you we watch drama channels, and one person said something very stupid. Now they're pulling out everybody's tweets, okay, of all the racist things that these people said, and
They're digging
said
up
they're
everybody's.
digging
They're
up.
basically putting their name in Twitter and putting like a derogatory word, whatever it is, and seeing how many times they said it, and like they're just digging up
They're
everybody's
shooting out
tweets.
all these big influencers accounts for all the stupid things they said back in 2012. I guess when it's never been acceptable, but back in 2012, I guess the environment was different, so people spoke a little bit more freely about racial issues.
Mm-hmm.
But after all of the shootings and the kind of like cop violence and things on black people, it's just not tolerated anymore. And so I just said to Adam, I said, you're going to go into the helping profession now. And I said, so be very, very careful of who you hang with now, what you say. Things are not jokes. You're too old to have things that you find funny that may not be funny, that are very offensive. This is not the environment to laugh about anything racial, anybody mentally challenged, anybody handicapped. I said, these things are no longer acceptable, as if they ever were. But I just every now and then have pep talks with my kids just to keep everybody up to speed. We're all on the same page about things. You have to have these talks with your kids because they're grown and they're raised, but there's still things that change. Like I told you guys earlier about my mother hiding in the straightening comb, like that's her mentality. She's 70. Okay, so that's where she's at now. I'm like, Mom, nobody hides straightening combs. Like nobody's using straightening combs anymore. Okay, and so, but you know, so as you learn and you know more, you do better and all that. Okay, so I just try to teach my kids what's acceptable and what isn't, and don't ruin your career. You're going to school every day to be a nurse, and now you're going to put something out there on Twitter or social media and do something stupid and ruin your life. So,
people will dig it up.
yeah. Gotta be so careful. And that's, I think, probably why people always ask and want to always do collabs, and that's all fine, well and good, but I am 50, and I do feel like wiser heads prevail, and I say, love everybody so much, love y'all all so much in the curly hair community, but I don't know everybody. We only know what we show each other, okay, and it's brief, you know, well, not really that brief, but anyway, guys, 4 hours, you know, on a Friday night, you know, and so I said, you know, you think like you really know somebody, and everybody wants to be all friendly and everything like that, and so everybody wants to collab, and, oh, you know, you should collab with this person, MADCURLS, no, MADCURLS should collab with this person, no, we'll decide who we're going to collab with. I said, because one day we collab with this person, and the next day they say something stupid, and we all come crashing down. So I said, I'm very cautious, very conservative with that. I don't know anybody in the community. I know of them through their videos and what they allow the world to see. But I don't know them personally. I don't know what they said. I don't know what they said in their past. Just the way I am when it comes to my kids and they're dating people is the way that I feel about all these collaborations. I don't know these people, and I don't know what they're saying, and I don't know how they feel, and I don't know what their family members have said, and they could have been riding beside somebody that said something, and we all come crashing down. We work too hard for this little channel of ours, and it's organically growing slowly, and I'm not going to do something foolish just to be in the in crowd. You know, I don't care about. That's why I came on the channel, because I didn't care about the in crowd. You know, and so so that's like one of the strong points. No, MADCURLS probably won't be collabing until I know somebody from head to toe, and it's really impossible to know people that well. So I just, I've seen it happen too many times on YouTube.
Yeah.
People collabing with somebody one day, and then the next day somebody does something stupid.
And then they get
And
and then they get their friends, and then
Yeah.
it's just a mess.
Yeah. So it's very nice to see everybody on here, but you don't know what they say once we all say goodnight and everybody's holding the door and handing out pops and everything like that. Then what happens after that? You know, what do you say tomorrow when we're all not on here, and that gets exposed, so to speak. So as you get bigger as a channel, you just have to be more cognizant of things like that.
Ashley Harris said, she said, wait, where'd it go? It was funny. Oh, she said LoriAnne having briefings with all her kids like they the President of the United States and First Lady of the United States.
Sure do.
Flips open her book. Now, today's topic, while we're all sitting around.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, that's me. Adam finished brushing those teeth. Spencer, fluff up that pillow. Come on down. Round table discussion. That's why I said I don't need no police and psychiatrists at my round table discussion. I handle my own kids in my own way. They speak my language.
Indeed, indeed. Yes, you better safe than sorry,
Yeah. Because we've all said foolish things. Oh my gosh, some of the foolish things I said, some of the foolish things I've done, you know, as a child. So, I don't know.
But I just feel like, even though it was only, what was it, like 6 years ago? Like, I feel like 2012, because all these people's tweets and different things are coming out from 2012. It was just a different time. Like, it was 6 years ago, you know? And so, I mean, they're being judged off what they said 6 years ago, but it really, the whole environment was just so different. It really was different. So,
Charles L. said language of the belt. Yeah, I told about the language of the belt at the school, and they were up in arms. Oh, Mrs. Wesley, please, whatever you do, don't ever say that again. Why not? They're like, please, you know, we can't hear that because we have to report you to
DCF or
DCF
Child
Protective Services. Like, I can't spank my child. If you do, don't say it. Because I said, bring Adam on downstairs. I said, a good night with me and him tonight. I said, round that house. I said, he'll be fine tomorrow. And they're like, oh, Mrs. West, please don't say that. I didn't know I said anything wrong. Why can't you discipline your children? But no, you cannot say that in schools today. You cannot say that you spank your child at all. You just can't. Not if you don't want to go out in handcuffs. Nope. Yep, I knew how to handle my kids.
Just don't clap your hands.
Yep.
I hate when you clap your hands.
When I clap, you know it's getting serious up in here. Okay?
I can't.
Yep, that's how you handle it.
Language of whatever my mother found near her. For me, a few times that was the hanger,
Yeah.
a rake,
The snow shovel.
a snow shovel.
I wasn't gonna walk far. Whatever was in reaching distance tonight, it could be this mirror.
Right?
Look at
Go
that.
flying across the room.
Yeah, tools of the trade, I
Oh
say.
my God, give me the mirror. So look at you. Look at yourself.
Yeah, you got, who's new on the channel. I always keep a mirror nearby so I can show my kids their ugly ways. You go, who's been here for that story? That I always carried a mirror in my pocketbook, and so, and now when I do live, I always have, so I can make sure my makeup's on point. But no, but on a serious note, I always carried a mirror in my pocketbook so my kids started acting up. Why should I look at their homely faces and suffer alone? Okay, I wanted them to see their ugly ways. So I'd say, come over here. Of course, they didn't want to come because they knew how ugly they would be looking, lips all tears, streak. But I want them to see, just look at you. Just look at you. Look, just look. No, they didn't want to look. No, look. Get over here and look at your homely self, crying, carrying out because you got to leave the store without a toy. Just look at your big self, okay? So always
One time
have a
you
mirror.
pulled it on me in high school. I remember I was sitting on the stairs and I was crying. I had mascara running. You were like, just look at you. Look at
Great
you.
big
You're
high
like,
school
great
girl.
big high schooler, mascara running. Look at you.
Crying. So no, I have to always have a mirror on deck so that they can see their homely
please,
selves.
with the pond deck.
That's what Adam says.
I can't.
They have to see. Why should I suffer in silence and see them? They have to see their ugly ways. It has to be brought out. So it has to be tangible, so they'll stop. So yeah, that was one of my tools of the trade for raising. Always had a mirror in my purse, always on hand. Come on over here so that you can see yourself on the way home when you drag them to the car and they're crying. Here, I hand them this as I'm backing up here. Take this mirror and hold this and look at yourself cry as we're driving home. Because it's a horrible sight to see. You know, kids just whine all the way home. It's just horrible. It's just miserable. And why should I look at it alone? Like, I want to share the wealth. So, there's a mirror for you, one for you. When Oprah said one for you, you get one.
You get one. You get one. Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yep, tree switches. I was at the tree. My grandmother had to pick out her own tree switch, her own branch.
I never got that, but definitely the belts and hangers. Hangers were big, and I definitely got the most out of everybody. Adam didn't get as many as we did. Maybe because he was like removed.
Maybe because
Spencer was like 6, I was like 5, or he was 7, and I was 6.
maybe because things that seem serious
What?
when you're first raising kids. By that point, you're just like so like it's not that big of a deal. You pick what's serious and what isn't.
Yeah, no, Adam didn't get enough.
Yeah.
Adam didn't get enough. I got the most. One time Spencer got his,
more
Spencer got
wire
his, and he
hangers.
got mine because I think I ran and you snatched him twice. So I told him, I'm like, you gotta take it for the team.
Also, Telly Bill said my mom used to put soap in my mouth when I talk back and slap me in the face when I talk sassy, and it worked. Yeah, that soap in the mouth thing. Oh, I've heard of that. How is that?
You never hit me in the face.
No, I
You never hit me in the face. No.
Yeah, I definitely got that fanny. The belt or ping pong paddle or sit in the corner. Yeah, I would have my kids just watch me sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that was the worst.
I remember I was so tired one day and they just would not stop, and I had just about enough of it. So I told them to come on in there, and they were just like I told you, my kids, they just listened. They weren't very deceptive kids. They listened. They just had to be like corralled and corrected. So I was tired of them up and down the stairs, yelling, screaming, acting like kids, but I was doggone tired. And I was sick of it. They didn't know how to just get like a little board game and let their overly exhausted mother get some sleep. They weren't having it, and I wasn't having it. So I called them on into the room. I set one by the closet door and the other one here, but they're so close, they squeezed up together, and I told them, now watch, I'm going to go to sleep, and don't you move. And every time I opened up my eye, there they were. Crisscross applesauce, just sitting there, just talking back and forth to each other. You could hear a pin drop. They were that quiet. But I had to get that under control. I was tired. I was going to get some sleep that day. And they sat there watching about 3 or 4 hours, didn't move, didn't budge. And I slept, and I slept, and I was tired, and I slept. And every time I opened my eyes, I turn over, I'm like, okay, guys, this is going to be about another half hour, okay? And they're like, okay. And I turn on over, fluff up the pillow, and keep on sleeping. And they sat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then once we were finally free, I bet we didn't make no noise though. Like again.
They never did it again.
Yeah,
When I said, I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep, I want you guys quiet, or else you're going to be coming into my room. They never wanted that experience again. So that was a one and done.
Yeah. We had to sit and watch you sleep.
Yeah, that was horrible.
She's tired.
I was tired.
Take me to the king, Melody. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I was like simply that I had to pray for forgiveness.
I need some sleep.
I was so tired. You know what? You just overtired. Like, I mean, the discipline probably didn't make any sense, but I did not care. I was tired, and they were gonna watch me sleep that day. I took that bed everywhere I could take it. I invented new sleeping rules. I was so tired, and they sat there and they listened. Now, Adam, he's another story. I never would have pulled that stunt on him because Adam just marched to the beat of his own drum. Okay, so
he didn't get beat enough.
No, he didn't. He never would have done it. But you and Spencer definitely did it.
Yeah.
He was coming from a whole nother
I remember one
cloth.
time you said you were going to spank Adam, and he was like, you can't spank me, I'm going to call the police. And me and Spencer cleared the kitchen. We were like, I don't know who he's talking to, but I'm getting out of here.
I'm like, you gonna call the who?
Like, we were like,
right? Yeah.
out.
So
like,
he tried
nope.
that little stunt once or twice, but
He's about to get it.
But you have to know each child. Everybody's not cookie cutter. You have to do things differently. So Spencer and Taylor were handled one way because they were of a different era. They had each other kind of to feed off of. Adam was 6 years separated from them. He needed different kind of raising. He wasn't going to go for the same things they went for. He didn't do that hardcore kind of, you're going to watch me sleep. Like, he always rationalized, why would I want to watch you sleep kind of thing, which makes you think, I don't know why you want to watch me sleep. It isn't the most exciting thing to do. So if it didn't make sense to him, he wasn't going to do it. And then it didn't make sense to me too much. So he was disciplined in a different way. His was like more hands-on kind of thing. But he responded to the way I disciplined him. So all kids are different. You can't discipline them all the same. And Taylor, he didn't get whooped and humped until he stayed running.
The constable to the rescue. Yep, he said he was going to call the constable. And you were like, go ahead. We're like, well, just wait basically till I get out of jail. Like,
for what?
I'm going to hope they lock me up forever.
You got arrested. No, it was Spencer. When I went out, because the girl slapped Spencer.
Yeah, she said she was going to watch the replay.
Yeah, okay. And Adam was like tougher, like his demeanor. What did Adam do one time? They asked Adam because Adam didn't date in high school.
Oh yeah, Adam really didn't date in high school, so he said like he came home one day and said like some guys, some of the girls asked him at school. They were like, why don't you date anybody? And they're like, are you gay? And he was like, why do I gotta be gay? Because I don't want to date you hoes. Like,
so that was Adam's nature.
Like,
whereas
Adam's like,
he's just
blunt.
I'm like, Adam, you don't say things like that.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, they asked me that because I guess like that's during the era where the change of the school system and things that, like 2011, nobody was coming out the closet when you were graduating.
Oh yeah,
and by Adam's class, they were basically like dating, walking up and down the hallway. Like, it's just a different world now. And so Adam had nothing against that. It's just that he just didn't date. Personally, there was nothing in the school.
There was nothing he was interested in.
So
yeah.
he's like, why do you have to like make it like a negative connotation? No, just let I want to date you hoes. Why do I have to be gay? No. And so that's Adam's nature. Whereas Spencer was
Adam's the reason why they need briefing. Exactly.
Right.
He got briefing today. I was like, now how many more times are we gonna bring him on the channel? I was like,
I'm like, we have to check Adam. We have to check a lot of things before we can bring him back on.
Right.
Because we can't be exposed. We don't know what Adam's saying on and off. No, but he has no social media. He doesn't care. He doesn't follow the crowd. He doesn't do if everybody's doing it, he's not doing it. So he does not like Instagram because everybody has an Instagram. It's just too common for him. So, you guys know Adam the Constable, okay? Need we say more? He's all like Adamish. So, no, he has none. Thank goodness. And then he has like a defunct Facebook page, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, he doesn't do that. He's just a gamer. That's what he does. Wi-Fi. All right.
People always assume you're gay because you don't date ignorance. Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is, why are they so worried about it? Why are you
Seriously.
asking? Mind your business. Adamisms.
Adamisms. Adamish. I post once every few months on which social media.
Miss SCT, us too. And she said being here is the most I talk to people.
Right? Seriously.
Us too.
I'm trying something new.
We all are.
But then it's good to go and then you go on Instagram, and so then I'm like, okay, now I know who that person is. So when you see me do a wave of friend request and acceptance or initiations, I'm like, okay, now I know who that person is. Okay, I've always seen that person. Maybe they'll like something on my page, but I don't know the person. But now being on live, I'll match up because the name doesn't always match up to the Instagram name. But now once I put the faces together, then I'm like, oh, okay. Remember a couple weeks ago, everybody had to get out their phones and we were all making friends.
Oh yeah,
that
we
night?
were networking. Everybody
Yeah.
was putting their IG and social media in the comments.
Yeah, that was fun.
People were gaining some followers.
Miss SET won't tell us her IG.
Oh no, she accepted us, girl.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
part of the Miss SET
Oh, are
Instagram following
okay,
now.
because she's very exclusive.
Very exclusive,
She don't accept
girl.
everybody.
She don't accept everybody.
And then Samantha Ivy, like I never would have known if I fell over on the street. She looks entirely different on IG.
Who?
Samantha Ivy.
Oh, okay.
She looked like I didn't picture her to look like that at all. Yeah. And then I saw, was it Amanda Rourke's, is it your doggy? In the picture, the family picture. And then it's Great Scholar still on here. I see her pictures, see Leslie LeBron's pictures, always see Aries pictures on there. Who else do I see?
Thank you,
girl?
Brianna. She said she's been enjoying our favorites series.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Scotland in the house. Hi, David from Scotland.
In the house. In the house.
I know, like everybody's on here is like friends.
Oh, Oklahoma in the house. Who else is in the house? All right, buddy. Start repping your states, countries. Where y'all from?
Your accents.
Your accents.
Lent or lent.
Lint. Lint.
Or lent.
Lint or lint. Fur for.
Fur.
Miss
What-
SET?
what's-
She's from Colorado.
What state are you here for? Wait, Miss SAT, Colorado? Glasgow in the house. All right.
Oh. JK, I want to visit though. I've drove through there, Colorado. Like the mountains are beautiful.
North Carolina. Yes, a place near and dear to my heart. Kellyville. What part of North Carolina? Not in the house list again.
Oh yes, in the house list again.
Yes, we're doing that again.
We have Seattle,
We
Washington.
have Kentucky. Actually, you just tell us where you're from. Detroit, Michigan.
With that comment, you could have just said where you were from.
Okay. Seattle, here, Brooklyn,
Virginia.
North Dakota,
Detroit,
Texas.
Michigan.
Okay. Brooklyn. I like that name, Brooklyn.
That's a pretty name.
I love the name Lyric. I heard the name Lyric. the
You've been
other day.
obsessed with the name
I
Lyric.
have been obsessed with the name
You've been
Lyric.
obsessed with the name
You're
Lyric.
lucky I didn't hear it years ago because you would be named Lyric. I might start calling you Lyric.
Lyric?
Remember somebody messed up your email the other day? I swore they messed it
Oh my
up.
gosh, Ma, tell them how you got it straight. Like, everybody needs a LoriAnne on their team. Like, seriously. So I just, like, joined the gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my first month was free. And so now it's time for me to, like, start paying, basically. Well, I noticed it in July. I didn't, I guess, catch it in July, but I caught it in August, so of course it had to be fixed. But I noticed that they charged me, like, $40. And I'm like, $40 for what? Like, my monthly should be like $19.99. What's $40? So I called and they said that they tried to get the money from my account, but they couldn't. And so the amount of times it had to keep, so I guess when they go to get it and they can't, they charge you the same amount
Fee.
again. So the fee is the same as the actual membership. So because they couldn't get it for $20, they charged me another $20
And every time
to
they
try to get
it,
it.
they keep hitting your account
For
that
$20, and I'm like, well, I'm like looking through my bank statements. I'm like, it doesn't show that you were trying to get it, and it only showed up when it was like $40, which was like they're supposed to come get it on the 15th, and they charged me $40 on the 21st. So I'm like, but there's no transactions between then of you guys trying to get it,
and, not
and
to
the money was
mention
there.
The money was there.
So I'm like, I don't understand, and they weren't hearing anything. They were like, well, we have our invoice or whatever basically showing that we tried to get it and the bank was rejecting it, so take it up with your bank. and then the bank couldn't do anything because they were like, the bill came in for this, we have no record of them trying to get it, so basically take it up with them. And basically for like 3 hours we were going back and forth between the
Take
gym,
it up with this one and take it up with that one, and nobody was owning it.
and nobody was owning it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, all I know is I want my $20 back. I'm like, or credit it for this month because my bill for August was getting ready to come out. I'm like, so credit. I'm like, I'm not paying $40 for the gym. I'm like, y'all don't have a pool, y'all don't have a sauna. What am I paying $40 for? And so we were on the phone with like the manager or whatever of the gym, and you were like, email us over the invoice, we want to see exactly what the bank sent. And so she emailed it to us, and like we're waiting, and then she calls and she was like, did you get the email? And we're like, no. And she was like, what's your email? It keeps being rejected. And like I gave her my email. She was like, oh, she's like, we have the wrong email here, that's why you're not getting it. She's like, hold on, let me update the email. And you basically snatched the phone.
That's when I zoomed in. I said, okay, wait. I said, where there's one mistake, there's probably many. I said, if you have the wrong email, I can guarantee you that you have the wrong routing number. I said, whoever took this information, if they called her Taylor Lolo dot whatever, Taylor Lolo, and I'm like, and so if that was a mistake, if they couldn't even record the email right, I said, guarantee, almost ready to put my life on the line, that the routing number is wrong. No, ma'am, they started, the ma'am this and the ma'am that, getting all extra nasty and all that.
Yeah, ma'am, like, it went through, because if it wasn't like, a bank, it wouldn't have gone through. And you were like, you're not saying it's not a bank, you're just saying it's not her bank. Like, we don't know what routing number you have.
And that day, you didn't know the routing number or whatever, so
so the day I signed up, I didn't know the routing number of my bank, and the woman was like, oh, that's easily looked up. She's like, what's your bank? And like I gave her my bank, which is some like obscure bank.
And then she Googled it, and she only heard like half the name.
What I said,
And so the first couple of words that you gave her, those were the first couple of words that she kind of like Googled, and just took the first bank that came up. She took it. And put in that routing number, so they were trying to take money from that account, from that particular bank. So say the bank is like New York Bank, and then maybe this one, she just found the word new, and maybe it's supposed to be coming from the New Jersey Bank, and they just put in the New York Bank routing number. So once I found that, so then we had to go down to the club and show the wrong routing number. They must have known in their mind, like, this was about some business now, because by the time we got there, they were sweet as pie. All was forgiven, all was reversed. We got a free month, all of this, because they knew they were dead wrong.
You tried to tell that woman.
And they were like, how did you figure that out? I'm like, well, from the email. When you made a mistake with the email, I figured one mistake, there was plenty more to be had. And I said, and there was. You took the wrong routing number from the wrong bank, because people always half listen. And so that got straightened up. So that was some drama this week.
It was, but like you gotta check, because I was basically like, I get so frustrated so fast, and I was like shutting down, and you were like, just wait a minute. You were like, we're gonna figure this out.
So this is layers of unraveling, but it's going to be unraveled, and it was layers. But we found it, and once she said Taylor Lolo, that's when I knew. I said, okay, there was a mistake there, so there's got to be more mistakes.
And then we checked the routing number, and it was like a completely different bank. I'm like, Ma, the routing number is wrong. And I was like, the next day was actually when they were going to take out my money for August, and I'm like, the same thing would have happened.
The bank did exist. People are all so busy all the time wanting to be right, they don't listen. So she kept saying, the bank kept like acknowledging that there's, like, the money could be taken, but there was such a bank, but it wasn't your bank.
Yeah.
So the routing number wasn't matching up like with your name or whatever. So the bank, I wasn't saying that the bank didn't exist. I was just saying it wasn't your bank.
Yeah. And they were eventually able to get the money because they used like it as like a debit card or something. And she was like, you have an alternate form of payment on here. I'm like, I don't have any alternate form of
that was
payment.
Another key.
The card is attached to the account is the card, same thing. Like, I don't know what this alternate form of payment is.
I said she does not have another alternate form of payment. I said that card is attached to that routing number. If you were able to take the money off of the card, then you should have been able to take the money out of the bank. I said it's one and the same. It's not an alternate. It's not like she has a whole nother bank account, a whole nother person's card. It's the same, one and the same. Ma'am, they just get
when
stubborn.
You were done, I had an upgraded membership, a free month.
And that's why I'm working out now at the club with her. Every morning, good morning, good morning.
And like, you don't have to get like nasty and loud. You didn't. We just knew we were right. Like, something's wrong here.
Now we all working out.
Everybody's working out. All
right. Okay, so let's see. We have Tennessee, Louisiana, Boston, Massachusetts, up in here. Oh my God, his name is Lyric. I love that name, Lyric.
Me too. Maybe, because my dream is to have, like, a girl and a boy so I can have both experiences, 2 kids. But if I end up having 2 girls, maybe Lyric might be a name. Depending on what the man's last name is.
Okay.
Things always have to match up with the last
They
name.
have to match up, right?
Can't sound crazy out here. These streets.
Jen loves nail polish. Connecticut, of course. Can't quite rep when I'm residing. Louisiana is my home. Oh, where's
This is our half-hour warning. It is 11:30.
Yes. Okay, so what else is Andy? I heard about that. I heard that they found her on the street. What happened?
Huh?
Remember I told you about the reality star that was 26 years old that was found on the street? No harm, no, like nothing done to her. They didn't know what happened. How did she pass away? She was 26. Her name was Lyric.
An overdose? Died of an overdose? 106 Andy?
Oh, an overdose. Wow.
Miss S.E.T., it needs to mean something. I know, our warnings never mean anything. Y'all don't listen.
It gets worse. People start coming in and conversating all the more.
They're like, oh my gosh, I made it. Like, no, we're shutting down. We're going to bed. Yeah, stores sometimes do charge you for stuff that you don't buy. Remember you got some type of bright blue eyeliner that you were charged for, but we
From
never
Sephora.
you never bought a blue eyeliner.
I never bought a blue eyeliner. And how do you prove it once you leave the store that you don't? It never made it home in the bag, so I can even like return it. It was just on the receipt, the Sephora receipt. How do you prove that? Now, back in my younger days, I definitely would be proving it over and over again, but I don't have the energy and strength anymore to be going in there, going up against people who want to hold on to full of coins. So if Sephora want to money that bag on and have it, but I never bought a blue eyeliner. I think it was by Kat Von D, and it was some blue that I would never wear on my eyes, and I definitely didn't buy it, never made it home, wasn't in my bag, and I don't know how it made it on that receipt, but I'm not really
Good night, Karen Spearman.
careful checking my receipts when I'm out shopping, so I have to just kind of probably get better with that, checking that.
And sometimes we catch things like too late. Not too late, but like it's kind of late. Like I caught my gym thing like a month later. I'm like, go back and look in July. I'm like, even though we're in August, but I just caught it now. But
I love LoriAnne's ism. Yeah, where there's a mistake, there's many. Yeah, I find that to be true. So if they can be flawed in one area, I'm sure there's plenty more, and there was. So that was just the first key right there, the Taylor Lulu. With the Teddy Lulu and Taylor Lolo.
Taylor Lolo. And for like the rest of the day, you're like, come on, Taylor Lolo.
Taylor Lolo. I hate that when they half listen. I always say bare minimum. Bare minimum.
I know Miss S.E.T. She's not scrolled down to the bottom.
I know. I'm just catching all the words, girl. It's the final half hour, but I'm just making sure we ain't messing nothing important to keep the conversation rolling.
First time I made a live chat. Hi, let me see. April Read Me. Hi. Are you new to the channel? I've never seen that name before.
Wait. Were you social? Oh, wait, I'm way up there. I'm watching Miss S.E.T.'s pajamas that she tried to return with reindeers on them.
Green line.
When in the summertime and you bought them in the winter for Christmas?
Oh my god.
It would happen. I want to hear that.
She tried to return them in the summer?
I don't know.
The whole back of my neck is just hot. I'm just hot. Is it getting hotter down here?
Drugs were planted near her body, so did she take them or she did? If she was 20 weeks pregnant.
If they were planted, that means she didn't put them there.
Wow. It's a shame. So young.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Yeah, it is like hanging out. That's why I said we're not going to stop it in the winter. Like, we have nothing better to do but get some hot chocolate and be by the fire. Maybe we'll have a Christmas tree decorating.
Here we go.
I know
With all your plans.
Many plans. I know, and we messed up on our 10K.
We didn't. We still have time. We're at 9.4.
Oh, I mean, our 25 weeks we messed up on.
Oh, yeah, we messed up on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. But this is going to show as the 25th week because last week's got deleted by accident.
Uh-huh. Ooh, Miss S.E.T., all my ice cubes now have turned to water. They were so cute. I was munching on them throughout the night. I need more. I'm going through ice
So
cube
April
withdrawal.
Read Me says, yes, I am. I've learned so much so far. Planning a visit to my hometown, Elizabeth, New Jersey, to Mom's hair guy. Oh, she's gonna go see Joe Ortiz.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
who's this now?
April read me. She's new.
Oh.
Maybe this is her first time commenting, but hey.
I've learned so much so far. Planning a visit to my hometown, Elizabeth, New Jersey, to Mom's hair guy. Okay.
Yeah, Jen lets
Joe
me know how I read
Ortiz.
about that.
Okay.
Over like 60 people overdosed in New Haven off like the same drug or something. It was like
What?
some crazy strand or
Oh,
something.
in New Haven?
Yeah.
Somebody wants you to pineapple your hair tag.
I wish I
Demonstration.
had a hair tie. You got one?
Not on me. Upstairs I do. I know we never have our props. I know because I was going to demonstrate. I wasn't going to sit down here looking crazy. On my, this is my 6-day wash and go. But as we in the night's chat, I'll show y'all how to pineapple, how I pineapple. Who was it? Was it Cal? Was it Cal Smith that showed me instead of me doing it this way and encouraging the part down the middle, they told me how to do it on top.
Oh, lovely Bliss is going to sleep. Good night.
And so I'll demonstrate.
Okay, girl.
All right. So should I go get my hair ties?
Yeah, can you get mine too?
Where yours at?
I think my headband's in my room.
The black one.
Yeah.
Okay. We get ready to demonstrate, y'all.
How we pineapple. We're starting to get ready. I'm about to take these earrings off too.
Right.
You give you a makeup wipe.
All this jewelry
Start stripping
come down on my nightshirt.
Taking off
pajamas.
my makeup.
Oh, I already have pajama bottoms on, but. All right, wait. I'm gonna be a little longer than expected because I need to get some ice.
You know what happened last time you got ice and you left me with the live stream? I won't touch any buttons.
Don't touch any buttons.
I'm not gonna touch any buttons.
Don't do that erase stuff.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't touch anything.
Okay, Taylor Lola.
Do you guys ever consider becoming an affiliate for Diva Curl? How do you do that? Like have like an affiliate link or that kind of thing? I know Diva Curl sends us like their new releases and that kind of thing, or if we want to do a giveaway we can reach out, like we have a connect, but we don't have like any like affiliate links or any of that kind of thing. Yeah, Faith Hodge, I do like baby oil because there's layers to this. You gotta break it up first, and then I'll get a makeup wipe and wipe it off, and then I'll wash my face. Well, we'll be praying for you, the Curly Fit Chic. She said she has a pinched nerve in her neck and she has to get an epidural steroid shot tomorrow morning. Please keep me in your prayers. They're putting me under and I'm scared. Oh. We'll be praying for a successful procedure. Yeah, Deborah Bonner, we typically stay up here till about midnight. We hang out till about midnight. I don't know where the 4-hour thing came from, who started it, how it happened, but we stay up here for 4 hours. That's what happened. Hi, Shy Williams. My mom's getting her ice right now. That's what's going down. That's why it's just me. It's SCT. She's using your ice tray. She popped out her cubes and now she's doing her long ice sticks right now. Yeah, Dee, you're totally still going to get this demonstration though because I am sticking my hair up. You're just going to, you know. But yeah, no, it is going up. My mom, on the other hand, I guess will be demoing how she does her dinosaur pineapples, her frohawk. Someone said Will Smith or Denzel. I don't know. Gal, are you going to get your hair ties? Okay. Let me see. We glad you came, Nina Mosley. You're a great addition to our Friday night lives. This has been fun. I answer comments. I've been answering a lot of comments. Don't start, Miss SET. Maureen Wilson, we might try Briagio. We don't know. Yeah, I know we do Weedad. We've actually been talking about Briagio recently. We might try Briagio. Any suggestions for the live? Nice. Yeah, we like Weedad. Like we're huge fans of Weedad. I don't know about Briagio though, but we've never tried it. Don't despair. Repair hair mask. Oh, fabulous. Okay. This is what I do my pineapple with. Taking these earrings off. Hi, Tina Billingsley. Bye, Tina Billingsley. People are asking about Briagio.
Oh yeah, we've heard about Briagio, and they have that new mask. But you know,
My pineapple.
what do you buy Briagio?
Sephora?
Okay, okay. Let me have it on my ice go waste because it's like 2 or 3 times this week my cup tipped over. My cup runneth over and I'm not having it. See, it's like a floral setting.
So
These
my
are all my
cup runneth over.
these are all my little these are my long ice cubes, and then Miss SET's round ones are all on the bottom. These are my round. These are my These are my long ones here. Okay, refill.
Ah, it's cold. Okay. That was ice.
Okay, are we doing demonstrations?
I guess you are.
Okay. Okay, now when you have short hair, it's not that much more complicated. What I was doing was nothing initially, and then you guys always talk about these pineapples. So initially what I was doing was hurrying it down the middle, but I was encouraging this part that I don't want to encourage. So now what I do is I pineapple from the top, and this is what I use. I want to take off all this jewelry.
Yeah, Samantha Ivy, I'm not. The back of my neck is like cooling down. Hair had me hot.
Okay, so this is what I use. It looks kind of like it's going to tangle your hair, but it's not, because you're not going to do anything of this nature. You're not going to turn it, twist it, and make it like an elastic. You're just going to use this as just like a holder, just to hold the pineapple in place. So what I'm going to do is try to get it as even as you can, but it's not that serious. And I learned kind of like the hard way of taking that band. Don't like do this as I'm trying to pull it together, because I'm tangling hair around this. So I keep this to the side until I have my pineapple in place.
Yes, she is Gabrielle Sibley.
What'd you say?
She said that her sister says people who eat ice tend to be anemic. Is that true? Are you anemic, LoriAnne?
Very anemic. Very.
She is. Yeah.
With no cure for it. It's a certain type of anemia. It's like genetic anemia, like thalassemia or something. So you
Jen
can't.
loves nail polish. Just paid $1.99 for your horse sound.
Okay, so there we go. There's a pineapple on top, all right? And you just take this as the holder. That's it. Let it go. That's it. Okay, do not wrap it around again because you're going to leave the dent for the next morning and it's going to look a mess. And then you just take the rest of it.
I swear she gets a new attitude when she gets this hairstyle.
I know you like just take your hair down because
Yeah, you
I
like,
get an attitude.
You just like get an attitude. Like
I get everybody straight.
Everybody gets like straight. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Mom, please take that hairstyle out. I think it's the hairstyle.
Okay, so now I'm going to do, as I say, the nape of my neck or whatever. Right here.
Yeah, Anita Mosley. Yours is the genetic anemia too, right?
That's it. That's all it needs, okay? That's it. And that's how I'll go to sleep. Now, I'll sleep on a silk pillowcase or...
You said that all confidently like you've been doing it forever. I've been telling her silk pillowcases forever.
I know.
This is like her 4th night with it. But she sees it's useful.
You have to act like you know things. And you know, they say fake it till you make it, girl. So, all right, so I act like I've known for life. All right, so that's all you do. And so then tomorrow morning, I'm just going to take the top down, but I'm not going to take the back. I'm not doing all this all over again. But in the morning, it literally will be like this. As long as you slept on a silk pillowcase or you put a lock sock on or that sassy hair cap, or sometimes I put nothing on, just the pillowcase. It might get a little frizz or whatever, but no more than curly hair would normally get. And so in the morning, you would just be careful, take this up so that this can just kind of like slide out. Okay, and then you just kind of like start the whole frizzing thing. I mean, like just trying to just shape it again. So that's when I'll go in with the spray. In my hair, it'll be frozen. Looks like we're frozen there. Are we?
Maybe we'll unfreeze.
I don't know. How are we frozen? Ask the folks, girl. Web page is frozen. Then it froze. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Is there any way you can save that?
I mean, I can exit and save it at this point, but that's it. Well, good night.
It's frozen. I didn't get to show my little...
It said we can still hear you.
It's probably the weather. Give it a second. Yeah, don't go out because I have to finish giving the demonstration.
Okay, so you can still hear us?
I just got off work and I can't see you guys. I know, I was giving a demonstration on how to pineapple.
We can still be
Don't
heard.
you dearly? We can hear you just fine. It's weird. It's so weird.
That's good.
Good thing
Thank
we weren't
God
talking
we're talking
crap.
junk. Good thing we started talking junk.
Hopefully
Wait.
it'll come back.